Yo, we ready? We on?
We back, baby.
Oh my God! First of all, cheers. The guy's back. You know what I mean?
Man,
then
took a little break.
Our
man.
big
Happy
man's
to be
back.
How-
20 and 10.
How you on
and
the
rim
job for
protection
1
back.
week and then asking for vacation? I ain't never seen nothing like that, man. Yo, it's good. I don't even know what episode it is, but right now we're still in the infantry mode and we're getting right to it. And then we got an official name. You know what I mean? We all came up with it together. And honestly, just the gems that we be spitting during these times, you know, if I was you, I'd listen. You know what I mean? And that's just the wave that we're on, that even in our group chats, we're spitting gems, we're dropping knowledge, we're giving good content, good feedback, and at the end of the day, we're giving you our perspective, man. So, yo, let's clap it up for the name. Let's clap it up for the name, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to brand that. What do you got to notarize that? What'd you do to trademark it? All right, there we go. Copyrights, we're going to do the works with that, and then, you know, shout out to our studio producer, Go DJ, you know what I mean? The plug, shout out to him, making us look good, sound good, so on and so forth, man. Before we get into things, how you guys been, man?
Good.
What's the word?
Good, man.
Big
Country's
fella's
opening up. You know, had to take a little personal day. Back. My Kyrie, but I'm back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He was
That
in New
was a
York,
good
too. That's
one.
the funny part.
Yeah, right. They call him Farouk out there. That's what they call him. Harlem. But yo, let's get right into it, man, because I can't lie, we got a lot of great topics today, and we just been buzzing all week, and it's just good to share our thoughts and views. And then obviously, if you guys got thoughts and views, make sure you hit us up and let us know. So let's go with the lightning in the bottle, Sha'Carri Richardson. You know what I mean? Obviously, everyone knows the story. Stay off the weed. And she got caught doing what she's doing. But I just want to hear, like, how do you guys think she handled this whole situation and all the backlash and the support and the decision? Like, this is crazy to me.
So I mean, I'll take it. So Sha'Carri, I definitely think that, like, you know, the punishment is justified. Like, you know, we've all played sports at one point. You know, the number one of all the performance-enhancing drugs out there, everything we've been taught since, I would say, probably about high school years, is don't smoke weed and be an athlete. You know, obviously, in today's world, like, things are changing. Like, you know, I don't think places like the NBA and the NFL are still testing for those type of things, but it's still something that it's, like, looked down upon in sports. It hasn't made that transition yet where you're full out able to do it and play the sport with your company knowing. So I think that they, like, you know, the right decision was made as far as that. But I did hear some commentary from, like, you know, other athletes in the Olympics that were kind of slighting her. I don't think that was the right move. Like,
It was being hated.
Yeah. At the end of the day, she's 21.
She's a young person.
She's a young person.
Right.
Like, you know, we go back to when we were 21, all the dumb stuff we made, all the bad decisions we made.
Right.
I know she'll rebound from this. Like, you know, talent always overcomes everything if you're willing to put in the work with that talent.
Right.
And I think she's capable of that. The only thing that I think she messed up on was the second round of statements that were made. She kind of...
The tweets?
She kind of, like, shot back at them and said, like, basically she made it a me thing, like, I'm who they were looking for. I'm the only the reason why the ratings were gonna go up for track and field. Where even though if that may be true, I felt like she should have kind of withheld that. So I don't know. What you think?
Do you think that's why other athletes were reacting negatively towards her?
Could be, and, like, you know, in the sports world,
You seen that at first though, or after the second wave of comments?
I'm saying so what Shawn's saying is that, like, you know, she said that
I made a mistake. Took
I'm the big
accountability.
show.
Oh,
the second time around.
okay.
Like, basically, like, she was gonna be like the big draw.
Yeah.
So, you know, that might make other athletes being like, all right, man, like, you know, all right, sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think
that would frustrate me.
In her sport, maybe, but I remember when that first thing broke, like, she was the next big thing. You would have thought she was the next LeBron or coming of age superstar athlete, where I had to go, like, you know, what did she do that was so special? But, you know, besides having the long nails and the hair, whatever, and obviously she's a tremendous athlete, I just didn't, to keep it a buck, I just didn't see the racist aspect of it that everyone was trying to lean towards.
Well, what they were trying to say is they were trying to compare the Michael Phelps situation to hers because he got caught, like, smoking out of a bong, but he wasn't actively in competition.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't know. That's
and
what
he
I'm
did
saying.
take
Like,
his fines. He did take his
right.
fines.
That's what I'm like.
It was
Why
endorsement.
everything?
I think that it got wrapped up in it because right before or right after the announcement that she tested positive,
Yep.
there was a rule that that came out that certain hair caps for swimmers can't be used that like are geared towards black women.
Well, that was the issue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because, like, you know, as we all know, people come in different shapes and sizes, different hairstyles.
Right.
So you can't. I think they would need to put a better reason out there as to why someone who may have, like, you know, bigger, thicker, coarser hair, why they aren't allowed to wear certain things.
So like they were trying to lump that in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And it's just a situation where, like, I mean, I think that a lot of what drew people to her, besides her amazing talent, was the fact that, and I seen this on Twitter, so this is not my own, saying that she looked like a city girl.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like a
JT?
lot, yeah, a little bit.
Miami, all right.
So people were saying, so now like you're bringing in a different demographic of people who might not have been paying attention. So that's kind of where like the racial aspect came in, because if you're not familiar or really hip on sports, rules, Olympics, track and field, and you just coming in because you like how someone looks or you kind of identify with them, you might not have the proper background to really understand what's going on, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
fair.
a lot of
That
sense.
makes sense. I get it. I just think, like, she put herself in that position. She has to pay the price. And honestly, I don't know how she was going to do out there. You know what I mean? Because all I know, every single year, Jamaica trots out
they
some
said she was gonna-
stallion.
No, she was the
They-
fastest in the world.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah.
they said that she was going to either finish first or second
Okay.
with the girl from Jamaica.
Yeah, because I was to say, every year I look at it, Jamaica got somebody just.
Okay, Doc. Okay, Doc.
My thing is, I think, like Josh said, like, you know, unless you have the proper background and they were looking for her to be something like that crusade, like, you know, I don't think we've ever, for the most part, we haven't seen many athletes that, like, you know, especially in the black community in a sport like track and field that's going to the Olympics with that, with the hairstyle, with the long nails that kind of
Tattoos,
represents the tattoos, our culture. She was also, I don't want to get this wrong, but she was also a lesbian woman as well. So that's
I didn't
another
even know that.
representation.
Oh, wow. So she's LGBTQ representative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
damn, I didn't know that.
so she had a lot of people that was looking at her to represent, or like, hey, she's like me and she's doing this. So
Well,
I think
she's eating now, because all I know, the endorsements are still there. Her notoriety went up. Her followers went up on Instagram and Twitter. And I think
I think that why there was such a reaction though is because it's not like she got suspended for like 10 games in like the NBA or like 5 games in the NFL. She don't get to compete in the Olympics until 2024.
which was
So
that's tough.
that's a
Which is
hard
tough.
lesson.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? It's fair, but then it's like, dang, like, you know, it's probably legal in the state she smoked it, lost her mom.
It is in Oregon.
So she's saying that she's using it as a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But
That whole story was wild.
my cousin who ran track said that some people feel like marijuana can be a masking agent for steroids.
And then that's what I saw as well. But I don't know. It's just tough because, and I'm sure the people with the ratings and everything, I'm sure they're heated because she would have blew it up as far as like ratings. So
Yeah, they was
It
propping
brings
her
in
up.
other audiences.
but
Well,
go ahead. my
I
bad.
can't. No, not for nothing. Just bringing that up, and then like Tokyo, so we have Tokyo. They got another surge of coronavirus. They got all these things against. To me, now I'm looking at it as like African Americans. You can't wear BLM shirts. You can't raise your fist up. You can't take a knee. You can't wear these certain caps. Like, how should we feel about the Olympics? Even though we're all basketball fans are gonna watch the USA team, but how should we feel about this, especially in light of everything that's been going on?
I mean, it's whack. Like, you know, it hurts when, like, you know, you want to be accepted or you want something about you to be accepted and it's not. But what I've come to realize, being like my parents from, like, you know, not from this country, countries are very different. And I would say, like, America, for the most part, even though while I do believe there's a lot of prejudices in America, it's a country that you can have 50 million different opinions.
Right.
Like, everybody's you're going to see variety across the board. Whereas in certain countries, it's what they say, that's it. There's no debate. There's
Right.
no conversation, and that's done. And while we're looking at it this way, because we're so accustomed to that,
Right. We're spoiled over
yeah,
there.
in that country, in Japan, they may be accustomed to. Like,
Right,
we don't want no political views in sports.
Yep.
We don't want to talk about none of this. We just want the country representation, and that's that.
Yep.
So
That's why LeBron James kept his mouth shut.
yeah,
Well, when he was in China,
Yeah, he knew the repercussions of all that. But Jiggy, well, like, what do you think? How do you feel about this? Like the Olympic Games, are you excited for it? Are you feeling some type of way because you see what they're trying to do to our
I'm
people?
not a big Olympics person. I do like to watch the track and field and then the men's and women's basketball.
Yep.
But I think that maybe this is maybe the Olympics are a time for what Dot's kind of going towards is like everything should be uniform. We are America. We have problems here. You know, black people still aren't treated fairly here. You know what I'm saying? Even though there are a lot of black athletes, you know, representing the USA, I think that, like, I get it. Like, you know, maybe this isn't the time for protest. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I do think that I understand the frustration on both sides. Like, if you're like the Team USA Olympic Committee, you just want things to go smoothly. You don't want no bumps in the road.
Right,
you don't
right,
want
right,
no
right.
fists up. You don't want no BLM shirts. You don't want you want uniform people. And then if you're an athlete, you want the freedom to express yourself.
yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, all right, so you say like the USA and them wanting to be uniform, whatever, but that doesn't represent what America is and what's going on right now in our country. So you want to display something.
But in fairness, though, I'm going to cut you off.
No,
right?
yeah.
In fairness, though, people have always said that all that stuff stops at the water's edge. So when you go somewhere else, you're supposed to be on one accord.
Facts. All right.
And
right.
perfect example, you just came back from Aruba.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the mindset that you're in here in America
Right,
and what you stand for here, what you may speak out against.
Right.
When you go out of the state for country, to a different country, all that's out the window. You're there to enjoy yourself.
Right,
you know,
right.
you may even like have a beer with a white counterpart and
Right.
not even talk
Facts.
one thing about politics.
Facts,
So
yeah.
I get it.
Shout out Jimmy from Australia, man. I can't lie. This one guy, Jimmy, like, he's one of those dudes, like 60-something years old. He had that thong type, you know.
Oh my
it
God.
was just
Yo, man.
and comfortable too, man. Like, I can't be in a
Speedos.
thong and so
That's
yeah, the
funny.
Speedos. It
That's
was
funny.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Nah, but I get it. I'm still gonna watch, but I know it is what it is. You know what I mean? And a lot of writings on the wall, a lot of innuendos, and it just seems, even in a whole nother country, African Americans are still looked down upon. There's still things that they're trying to limit us to do. Like, are they gonna say something to Dame Lillard if he's walking around the hotel with a do-rag on?
Well, it's not just America.
It's
that
crazy.
complains about, like, you know, black people not being treated the same. That's the problem in England. That's a problem in Italy. Like, you know, other places. The list goes
What is
on.
that?
So-
Like,
Look at the
damn.
football players, the European football players.
Okay, yeah.
How they get like banana peels thrown at them in soccer matches. These
Yeah,
are like
yeah, it's
these are like
crazy.
the big arenas. So basically, it'd be like if someone threw a banana peel at like Russell Westbrook in the
Why you gotta
Madison
say
Square
Russ?
Garden.
You could have said a lot of people. Like, why Russ?
Because he's the one that's had
yeah.
that interaction with the
Yo,
fans.
yo.
Like, you know, there's this, you know, when we talk about white supremacy, that's not just an American thing. That's a worldwide
crazy.
thing.
Right there, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They used to say that the sun never set on the British Empire.
Right,
And
right.
they've been the purveyor of a lot of this white supremacy all across the world. White supremacy is not just limited to the United States.
You got to
Right.
think back where Christopher Columbus from, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
another point,
Jesus.
Sha'Carri Richardson, if she's from another country that, like, you know, obviously, like, we take it serious here. We want
Right.
people out there that's going to represent the country the right way, but you never know. Like, I don't even want to name a specific country, but I
Right.
know certain countries, they consider that embarrassment.
Right.
And you can't play because
Right.
you smoke marijuana. They might
Yeah.
stone you or something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, yo,
Nah, that's
those like
facts.
Middle Eastern countries,
Yeah.
Russia, you know what I'm saying? It's
Go to
it's
jail
serious.
for a joint. But nah, that's true. That's real talk. I can't front about. All right, so speaking of other countries, man,
Uh-oh.
I can't front.
Uh-oh.
We got to talk about it. Breaking news
Uh-oh.
today.
Good transition.
Yeah, if-
Yo,
if-
give me
if-
your
yeah, you know
five
what I mean? Yo, I'm getting nasty with this. You know what I mean?
He's getting
Man,
good. He's getting
But
good.
we got a little baby in Paris, right? I'm gonna leave
Little
James
baby
Harden.
Paris.
I'm gonna leave
Don't
James
you
Harden
talk
alone.
about my boy James
You know what I
Harden,
mean? I'm
man.
gonna leave him alone in this one. We got Little Baby in Paris. Breaking news: he's arrested. He's in France or Paris. I don't even know how to say it. Police custody.
He's in Paris.
Yep, Paris custody for finding 20 grams of marijuana in him. I love Little Baby. You guys know how much I love Little Baby, but this guy is a bleeping idiot for that. And I only say that because you're a high-profile rapper. The day before, you're on everybody's algorithm for sitting next to Kanye West and James Harden being at the Balenciaga thing. I'm sure you brought your own security, but you're getting your own security from Paris, like professional ones who you shouldn't trust anyway. You know what I mean? It could have been them who snitched on you, whatever the case may be. But you get arrested in another country. And I don't know their rules and regulations when it comes to marijuana, but I'm sorry. Some of our favorite rappers are just idiots.
No, I get it. And I mean, I feel like Lil Baby's new to this.
Yeah.
Like, when a rapper makes that transition to the fashion shows, like that's like you don't see most rappers there. You see
It's a
like the
pinnacle to
Kanye
them.
West, the Travis Scotts, the Nicki Minaj's. You don't really see other rappers there. So, and you could tell that video that's going around with him. He didn't know what to do. James Harden's like, bro, you got to chill.
You got to come back. They got to take like 1,000 pictures of you. La baby. Yeah. But Josh, come on. Can we keep it a buck?
All right, so I'm gonna keep it a buck. If all the rappers you just named are in their 30s, you know what I'm saying? They've been around. Like, Kanye ain't started going to Fashion Week until he had been in the industry for a while.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nicki Minaj. Same thing with Travis Scott or Lil Wayne or Drake or Kendrick or Cole. Whoever, these guys have been in the game.
No Kendrick, no Cole. But I get your premise.
They've been there.
They invited to the big dog shows.
That's what I'm saying. If little Baby's there, they damn sure been there. I blame his team. Like, you got to talk to your guy and say, listen, maybe this trip you could like either have someone to hold it for you or just lay off it for 4 or 5 days.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Harden's 32 years old. Like, he's not gonna be making the same mistakes that Baby makes. Baby's in his mid-20s, early to mid-20s.
I want to say 25, 26.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a big mistake because he's in a foreign place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That just makes me think of Freddie Gibbs' incident when he's in Australia.
But that's a good point.
A$AP
I just think your crowd who you hang around, like Lil Baby for the most part, hasn't been at that level yet when he's hanging around like the supermodels, like his crowd and his inner circle are the athletes, other rappers, you know what I'm saying? So you don't really know how to act and his
OGs from the hood.
Yeah. So I hope he's good, but it's definitely a learning experience.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it's a bad mistake. It's stupid. Right. But he's a young person. Like we're talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. I wouldn't want to be known for my lowest my lowest moment.
Right. I just feel like he was such on a high.
Well, this won't hurt him.
Yeah, this one. They expect them to smoking weed,
whatever the case may be. I get it. You know what I mean? All right. So
you can make a song about it and it'll go platinum.
Yeah, that's fact. So we've been talking for
jailed in Paris,
even in the chat, offline, whatever the case may be, and one of my favorite rappers, right?
Okay.
To me, he's just a pioneer. To me, he's the face of the streets for quite some time, whether you want to think it's authentic or whatever the case may be, but he's been that guy. So, Josh wanted to fire me up. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Call a spade a spade, whatever.
That was funny. He said I chose violence.
Yeah, I just chose violence today. Because you know how I get about Meek Mill.
We do.
But I want you guys to rank Meek Mill's significance in the game right now. As an artist, as an influence, as a lifestyle, whatever you want to do, whatever comes to your mind when you think of Meek Mill, and especially everything that's been happening with Akadmiks going on this media run, talking about my guy, Robert Williams.
Oh, God. You first, Doc. Oh, you want me to take it? You take it.
Oh, look at them. They're so ready for these lashings.
Bash Bros. Is Meek a top 10 rapper? If he's in the top 10, he's closer to 10 than 5.
Yeah, that's your opinion. You want a reaction?
Nah,
I'm gonna give you one.
Nah, I'm just talking about. I mean,
but you gotta. All right. So when you say closer to 10, not 5, so I do appreciate you got him in the top 10.
If he's in the top 10, I said.
Oh, if
If
then
he's in
that
the
don't
top
make
10.
sense.
No,
like,
but I'm
he's
saying
all over the
if you
place.
can. No, I'm not all over the place. I said if he's in the top 10. I feel like if someone wants to say Meek Mill's a top 10 rapper, he's closer to 10 than 5.
I'm
get the-
asking
So
you
you.
get
what's
what
your
I'm
top
saying?
10?
Yeah,
Top-
I'm
Right
asking
now,
you,
not
Ben.
of all time. Right now.
Right now.
if they would drop an album right now,
Whatever you want to categorize it.
obviously
if they sell an
obviously,
album, arena.
obviously Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously Cole, Kendrick, Travis Scott, Kanye, Nicki, Cardi, Travis Scott, Uzi Vert.
said Travis
oh, my
twice,
fault.
yep.
Uzi Vert, Little Baby. I think I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah, 8 right now, just to let you know.
I'm at 8.
Yep. And right now you're forcing it because the hate in you
No,
is
I'm not-
just
I'm
like,
not
you know
hating.
what? I can't.
I'm
I
not
just
hating.
can't say it.
I'm not hating.
All right, go
I'm
ahead,
just-
go
I'm just-
ahead.
I mean, I think that there's. I didn't name somebody.
Because I said right now. Wait,
because
time
hold
out.
on, wait.
I said right now, and no offense, you know, Kanye West and Nicki Minaj are not even a musical realm within the last 2.5 years.
I don't agree with that at all.
Musically, they drop music like,
Bro, like Nicki dropped like that old mixtape that she
and it
dropped.
did 75K.
And
You're right.
Meek,
You're right. You're right.
And Meek had a Drake feature that really pushed that album, an album I liked, to like 110, 120K first week. If we just being honest.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
what?
It went platinum, but go ahead.
Roddy Rich.
Nah, Nicki's definitely a
Nicki-
different
Yeah,
level
I
artist.
apologize. I was talking right now. He said Kanye West. I'm like, I haven't heard
Because
music from
listen, if
Kanye
Kanye
in so long.
if Kanye drops tomorrow without no promotion, he'll sell triple what Meek Mill will sell first week.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
given, yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
All right, my fault. But yeah, 8. Maybe
damn,
7
I said
because
Ro-
you
I
said
Roddy Rich.
Travis Scott
Nah,
twice.
Nah, I said Roddy Rich too.
All right, yep, Roddy Rich.
So now we at 9. Is Dirk higher than Meek right now? You guys could tell
I think
me.
I think right now, like if he said 2021, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
overall,
How about Polo
no.
G?
All right.
Who?
How about Polo G? How about Tyler the Creator?
Nah.
Woo! Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator will sell more than Meek.
It's a different
Hold
crowd,
on,
though.
hold
It's a
on.
different
Listen, it
crowd.
might not be your crowd. He'll sell more than Meek.
What did
First-
he do his last album before this one?
He did. He remember he beat Khaled and Khaled was crying.
What did he
Remember?
sell?
don't
It was
matter.
like
Do the
140, 150.
No, he
Yeah,
just
it was.
did. He
Google
just
it.
did.
Google it.
He
He
just
did.
did one something just now.
Yeah,
I just seen
Google
the
it.
list. But go ahead, continue on.
Tyler would not only sell more records than Meek, but he'll sell out more tickets than Meek.
You think so?
I know so.
This
Maybe
a
not.
different Meek.
Maybe not at. What's it called?
Because I know he has his festival.
What's Fab's favorite spot?
The Strand, the Strand.
Yeah, maybe not the Strand, but Tyler go crazy. I just think it's not really your crowd.
So
You know what I'm saying?
So this last one, Call Me If You Get Lost, did 169,000. I just
Nah,
remember
his
seeing
last one was
something.
Igor.
Igor
He
and
sold
Igor.
165.
165. So he
So
went up.
169 and 165. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yep, he went up.
Yeah,
I just
mean,
remember he started
I
off at 30K, then he
Yeah.
went 50K, 80K. Like it was
And
a
Meek
good
started
list.
off at like 250, then he went down to 1 something. Now
But what was in the midst of his career? He battled the GOAT.
Yeah, and
He got washed,
and
yeah,
lost.
all right.
But that shouldn't mean that.
No.
just because you lose a battle shouldn't mean
Oh,
that.
come on. If we're talking
How
about
about Jay-Z lost the battle at the height of his career?
to
I
who?
mean, championship sold 229.
229 first week.
bad.
And it 229. So say that again.
Not
Say
bad.
that. No, what do you mean
29.
not bad? That's 100K more than Tyler the Creator.
And
No, it's like
And what
40,
did
50K.
and what did
it sold more than wins and losses.
it sold more than wins and losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was in the midst of Drake battle.
Nah.
But it sold already 500,000, more than 500,000 total.
Total wins and losses.
Yeah.
That's been gold.
And then
I'm just trying to
So
like.
nah,
gold.
I mean,
thank
he's
you.
progressed.
He's progressed. Thank
like
you.
his big one was Dreams Worth More Money. That was 246.
That was a
No, champion. I thought championship
No,
just.
246, and then champion after the Meek Drake battle.
So he
the
just
last
capped.
one,
He
championship
just
was
capped. He just
230.
capped. It went. Oh,
Nah.
you was
230.
100K wrong.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, all right, all right. So,
But I mean, I
mean,
not-
but
yeah.
Also,
Like
you see what I'm saying, guys?
yo,
Like men lie,
yo,
women lie,
listen,
numbers
I
don't.
would- yo,
That's
I
all I'm
would-
trying to
I
tell you
would
right
bet
now.
my next 10 paychecks.
Nah, we're not doing that.
I bet my next 10 paychecks
not doing that.
if he don't have a Drake feature, on this album.
We're not doing
This
that.
album, them
We're not
numbers
But
doing
you
that.
gotta be
now we gotta
realistic.
do-
From
yeah,
now
come
on
on.
until he stops rapping, he's gonna get that Drake.
Yeah,
feature.
because him and Drake's
Think
like
so?
this
Yeah,
now.
it's just
Yeah,
it's like they're
it's
always
locked
cool.
in.
They're gonna be unless he gets in his feelings again.
Oh, no, he
if,
won't.
if
He
Meek
won't
don't,
do
if
that
Drake don't
He
promote
won't
an
do that
album,
again.
he
You
might.
won't do that again.
Well, Wale needs to be the one that retweets his album. That's the
Man,
one.
I'm so
Wale.
done with Wale, man.
Why
That
what
guy's
happened to Wale?
He's annoying. He's always crying.
Speak on it.
Talking
we were
about
just
he was
talking about it offline.
yeah, you were.
talking
You
about
gotta
he's
be fine for
sick.
something to
He's
happen.
sick. Like he's
Yeah,
sick. Like what
yeah.
the hell is that?
He
man?
went-
Yo,
a little bit too far.
Wale's problem, I think, is that he didn't cross over to the white audience. And Akadmiks brought that up in that thing. Like,
Yeah, he did.
in able to get big numbers, you have to cross over.
And in college, he had it on kind of
Yeah, he
smash.
did.
Smash,
They
yeah.
love Wale in college.
All right, so can I get your top 10 or where you see Meek at?
Oh,
Or
no.
what's your feeling on him?
I joke on him. Like,
Yeah.
I think he do some corny stuff sometimes
Yeah.
on, like, Twitter and all that. But I definitely have him in my top 10.
All
But
right.
my top 10 don't go by, like, who sells the most. It's, like,
Right,
who I
right.
like. So
Who you like?
that
All
could
right,
be
I respect
different,
that. I
yeah.
respect. All right,
Is
so
he in
I'm,
your top 5?
in my top 5 right now?
No, as far if you do like a power rankings,
Okay.
would you rank him in your top 5?
Power rankings right now. I'm be realistically. He's not in my top 5 for power rankings.
Is he in your top 7?
He's in my top 7.
Is he in your top 6?
He's number 7.
Okay.
Who's your top 7?
I got Drake. I got Little Baby. I actually, not, for whatever reason, Travis Scott. Not for whatever reason. I actually like Travis
Travis is
Scott. I got Cardi B. I know we call her whatever she is, but she is Cardi B.
Yep.
I got J. Cole. I got Kendrick. And then I got Meek Mill.
What about Kanye?
See, I think Kanye's been so removed from the music game in regards to his last album was a gospel album,
And
which
it still sold like 2 and change. That's
yeah,
crazy.
but that's not, I'm not gonna keep it real and being like. But his impact, yes, he has way more impact. If that's the case, he's behind Drake, number 2. I didn't say no order, but whatever the case may be.
Drake's got to be number 1.
Yeah, all I know is you
Well,
got to
hold on,
understand.
Let me ask this question, right? So maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, Charlamagne the God said that having a Little Baby feature is more important than having a Drake feature.
Drugs.
And so I'm like, so me personally, I'm a Drake fan. Little Baby's cool, but I'm like, is that even close to being true?
Nah,
Nah,
I think
not
he
true
was
at all.
caught up in the moment. He was caught up in his feelings because during that time, See the God and Drake just been going back and forth for the longest time, and Charlamagne had to stick to the point where how Max Kellerman always says Tom Brady's gonna go off the cliff.
Yeah.
And he been saying that about Drake, and it never happened.
Yeah.
And he apologized after Drake dropped that little 3-pack and went 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
had
yeah.
to swallow humble pie. I just think that Drake's just on another level, and what he does mathematically, numbers-wise, and creativity, and just the likability, it just is unmatched. But what I love about Meek Mill, and regardless of what you guys say, I don't care what these idiots in the comments say. I don't care what Shade Room posts.
get mad about
I don't-
the
like
comments.
it's just
Yo,
just foolish.
Yo, but let it
For
be
all
let
the
it be
people out
Steph
there.
Curry in the comments. You see what the comments said?
Now hold on. Now listen. To be honest, Will's Zeem was sending a
These
post
guys
about
love
Meek,
the
right?
comic section.
He was sending a post about Meek, and I know that I can just scroll a little bit and find some comments, and we'll screenshot them in the chat. And Kazeem, it don't matter if you're teaching a class. It don't matter if he's disciplining.
He's
the kid.
locked in.
He says, "You know what, Josh? You know what?
I swear to God, I get Meek alerts on my iWatch. That's the only, because I be having to chat on silent because boys be going ham all day. But when I get to it, I make sure I scroll up. But all I'm trying to tell you is, and this is one thing that you can never take from Meek, and this is why I always say, open
bunny
your
hop?
eyes. People will, how can I say it? The authenticity. Real people hang out with Meek. If he was this guy that the comment
So
section
you saying
tried
that Robert
to,
Kraft's a real one?
Robert
Yes,
Kraft's
sir.
a real one.
Yes, sir.
Roddy Rebel, Bobby Shmurda, Jay-Z, Little Dirk, Little Baby, James Harden. Look at all the people that you fantasize about as being real ones.
Did you see his
They,
Robert Kraft.
Did you see his face?
I'm just saying, at the end of
I
the
just
day,
think the thing is, Robert Kraft, Michael Rubin, they provide an opportunity and platform, and Jay-Z that's not there without them, and it's cool to be there. Like, who don't want to go to an all-white party.
Or Patriot Suite.
Yeah,
I want to go.
Who don't wanna go to Rock Nation brunch?
So we back and we had a little dispute off camera about should Meek Mill even care what DJ Akadmiks is saying? I say no because I think Meek is so loved by the crowd that he wants to be loved by.
Right.
You could ignore one guy.
Right. Yeah, but like I said, and I know I bring this up and you guys try to poo-poo it and laugh about it, whatever. When I heard that interview and Meek Mill says, I don't care. Nipsey Hussle started something and I'm going to finish it. And everybody knows what Nipsey said about Ak. He said he's a cancer to the culture. We need to get him out. He's bad for hip-hop. That was the great Nipsey Hussle's word, and Meek Mill said that stuck with me. And Akademiks knows that. And he feeds off of it, and this is why Meek Mill is polarizing.
I'm gonna stop you because I actually watched something from Akadmiks not too long ago and said that before Nipsey died, Karen Civil got him and Nipsey on the phone and had a 3-hour conversation. It was great.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
He's not gonna make that.
I don't believe it.
He said you can ask Karen Civil,
and Karen Civil will never vouch for that.
I don't.
So you're bringing up irrelevant. I don't believe that.
You don't believe
it's easy to say when a person can't denounce it.
But Karen Civil could come out and say,
she could. Bullshit. I don't think she ever.
But then
will.
that also never made public airwaves.
Right.
Yeah.
For Karen Civil to have to say validate it or deny
so
it.
that dismiss that.
I believe it. He has no reason to. So everything else you watched in that interview is truth. But that one thing, because it's a point you want to stick to and believe in,
because we
can
actually corroborate the story with that individual. Not somebody, God rest his soul, is not here. We could corroborate the story.
But what I'm saying to you is that you think, DJ Akadmiks is
and it'd be one thing if Karen and Akadmiks since that day had done any type of business together. That has not happened.
Yeah,
don't
DJ
put
Akadmiks is talking for 4.5 hours, and you're like, yo, he's saying mad.
You're off the point. Once again, we're not talking about the same thing.
No, yes, we are.
No, we're not.
So somebody can say everything, and because you agree with it,
no,
it's a fact. Hold on,
because we could corroborate the story.
No, it's not. You can't corroborate everything dude says, bro.
Yeah, well, listen.
In my greater point,
if he would have said something,
my point to you is that, listen, I love rap music. I'll never stop listening to rap music ever.
All right, cool story, bro.
Right.
All right, yep.
What I'm saying to you is that Meek Mill don't have a leg to stand on talking about being corrosive. Because of the music he makes. It's true.
Oh my God.
It's true.
No. That's why I always disagree with you.
It's true.
You can't always say that because what I try to we had this argument before and
you low key agree with me.
No, but the point that you're missing, you take it as yes, when Meek Mill or certain artists say shoot them up selling drugs, that's for an audience of an environment that they come from. If that happens to,
I don't agree with that.
If that happens to step outside of the audience and other people tend to gravitate to it and say, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to this too," but
I don't agree with that.
You see what this guy does. You see what
you can't do that. No.
This is a good debate. No, because
it's not a debate. It's your opinion, and you're trying to.
I can never.
It's a debate because
all your favorite rappers talk about things that are not beneficial to society.
That's why I prefaced it by saying I love rap music. I'll never stop listening to rap music.
But you don't respect these guys.
It's not that I don't respect them, but what I'm saying is the pot can't call the kettle black.
But it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a difference. It's a difference. Like not for nothing. If Meek Mill, and that's why I brought up the point earlier. If Meek Mill going at it with, let's say, Beanie Siegel, that's gonna be different than going at it with Akadmiks because Akadmiks ain't gonna play by the same rules that Meek Mill gonna play by. So you can't say. Okay. So what Akadmiks is doing, your hand is never in the fire. You know nothing about it, but you're willing to manipulate and you're willing to instigate.
I love you. Just watch.
You can't do that.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that because it's not so much a point saying that Meek Mill is gonna play by the same rules as Akadmiks. What I'm saying is you can't call what somebody does corrosive and bad to the culture. You can't.
Oh my God.
Because of what you put out. Hold on.
How did Akadmiks get his stop? How did he get his notoriety? What does
the war in Chirac.
Thank you. So what did he do?
That's basically what white people do. You're taking advantage of.
Exactly. He was Fox News of hip hop.
Yes.
Okay.
And to me that was wrong.
And look, listen,
that's way more wrong than
Drink Champs.
that.
It plays perfectly into this conversation. So
Yep.
remember, I told you this morning, Miss Jones,
Ms.
the radio
Jones, yeah,
personality.
yep.
So there was a bunch of stuff going on. The radio station Hot 97 back in the day, where they're all at war with each other, all fighting.
Yep.
And it's kind of like the white corporate people in the background, like setting the Love and Hip Hop, setting the stage for them to fight. And then DJ EFN asked them, "You knowing that you're just doing this to get them more ratings?
Right.
Are you aware of that while this is happening?" And she says, "No. Like at the end of the day, money's involved, respect's involved.
Right.
So
No.
you're not even playing it like
No,
that."
what she actually said was, because I watched the interview as well. What she actually said was, "I don't care. It's about the bag."
That's not what she said. That's not. She didn't say. She didn't say
to
it because not for nothing. It got as serious to the point where like.
DJ MD
do you remember
Stu,
Star and
Star.
Buck Wild?
Star,
Star and
yep,
Buck Wild?
yep.
Star ended
Legend.
up saying very hurtful stuff about her newborn son, calling him a bastard, calling him ex. So at that point, if somebody's talking about your son, the beef's gotten so
Toxic.
terrible, toxic.
Yeah.
You're not saying I'm gonna let somebody call my son a bastard so I can
Right.
make money.
Right.
You're forgetting who's doing what and who's controlling
Right.
what. You're so engaged in what's happening. So
Right.
it's not all.
But-
Don't phrase it like.
But that's
it's
not.
for the
But
bag.
see, I'm
That's
saying.
not what they-
But that's a beef. That's a back and forth. I'm not talking about a DJ Akadmiks versus Meek Mill beef. What I'm talking about is Meek Mill thinking that he's the moral arbiter of things. That's my issue. Like, I can say like, yo, if Shawn doesn't do something, if Shawn does something that I don't like, I can say, yo, Shawn, I don't like that. And then we can have a debate about it or talk about it or figure it out, right? But what I'm saying is like, I'm in no moral position, right, to criticize.
Because of the music I make?
No. I'm not even. I'm just talking about just in general. I'm not in a moral position, right? I'm not in such a high up moral position to question what Shawn does. That's the point I'm making.
But he's but to fight back on that.
But is that fair?
But to fight back on that, whether we see him as that or not, in this generation, Meek is that guy. Like they call him like the last of the street rappers that have like a certain status. So he is that guy.
And I think you
He
go
has
out
the
your
status,
way.
not the moral status.
But he is. But
he has the status, not the moral
status. But who are we to say he has the moral status? But he is that guy.
But I'm saying no. But when he acts in that way, what I'm saying is that what gives him the moral status to say X is wrong, but Y is right. Like
I never see him say Y is right. He's
But-
always just saying X is wrong and why. Like,
But you run
the
around
image
with-
that you put around
Yeah,
out
so
there.
let me not for nothing. And this is all what I believe we all grow up on.
Yep.
If me and Zeem is rappers and we're going at it with each other and we're saying X, Y, and Z, like I'm gonna do this to you, he's gonna do this to me, and then you, Josh, who's not a rapper, you go online and we know you. Like, you know what I'm saying? We may not know you personally, but we know of you. There's a chance that we can run into you and you going in there and you're instigating what's going on between us two when you're not involved. You're not reporting at this point.
Right.
You're instigating. That's always going to be an issue.
To
That's
profit
always gonna
at
be
that.
wrong.
To
All right,
profit
so let me
on
ask
the
you this,
violence.
right? Who has more Instagram followers, Meek Mill or Akadmiks?
I really don't know.
Meek Mill has a lot more.
what
than
does-
hold on.
Oh, does he? All right.
Right. So when Meek Mill
I
posts
thought it was a
something,
trick question.
so when Meek Mill posts something,
Yep.
right? How can you get mad at someone for reposting it? Shade Room, Akadmiks, whoever. You posted it on your page.
But that's not the. But
Yeah,
then
that's
you're
not-
missing-
no.
No,
You
but
haven't
I don't
changing
feel like
the- no,
Meek
you're
has ever
changing the
post-
thing, yeah.
A lot of these posts aren't
Right.
coming from Meek's page for the most part. If you
Facts.
want to clown him about the bunny hops,
when they
fine.
first started,
but
when they first started going at it, he said that, and correct me if
All right,
if I'm wrong, he was mad about Akadmiks reposting something that he posted on his page.
No.
Yes, it is.
He was at
Yes.
a video shoot. Shots rang off and whatever. He's posting the video shoot,
Yep.
not posting him being surrounded by off-duty police officers. And how Akadmiks try to frame it in his post was, look at
Meek
his
hanging with officers.
officers.
And Meek Mill
During
got
the midst
got
of,
mad.
you know,
and
the
Meek
snitching
and
or
Meek,
whatever
and
the
Meek
case may
Mill
be.
got this even before that. Meek Mill got mad because he said you're posting me with guns.
Yeah, because of the
Yes,
probation thing.
yes.
Yeah.
And he said, but you posted it yourself.
No,
Yes, he did. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
Akadmiks did say that, but I'm just trying to tell you, it's a
I'm telling
music
you.
video.
But-
It's different.
Yeah, that. But and
I
I
don't- I don't- but
and I
that's-
get what Z. So you're basically saying, yo, you shot a video with guns in it. How can you get mad that I'm posting it? But the part that you're not seeing is when Akadmiks make that post,
And the
he's going to
caption.
frame it and he's going to caption
Right,
it
the
so
narrative
well.
around
what
it.
I'm saying is that Meek Mill's anger was, you're posting me with guns, I'm on probation.
That's the excuse, the BS excuse he tried to use.
Who?
Meek Mill.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and that brings me to my.
But
to my point.
I'm
Hold on,
talking about the narrative
Listen, right, hold on,
that
right.
Act tried to
Listen,
present.
right. Now you know I'm not a big fan of Meek Mill, right?
Yeah,
But
clear as day.
Championships, I said what?
It's a great
It
album.
was a great album.
Because
But
you would be a hater if you denied it because it's great music. Okay.
So I'm being fair. So what I'm saying is that I think that when it comes to certain people, you can do X, Y, Z great, and they'll still never give you credit for it. And I just think that Meek Mill and Akadmiks are just at that point where.
No,
Where, hold on,
all
listen,
right, go ahead.
where
I'll let you
Meek,
finish your thought.
Meek could drop a great album, and Akadmiks would be like, it's all right. And then DJ Akadmiks could do something great or do something good, and Meek would be like, oh, this dude's whack.
But the thing about Akadmiks is we've never seen the Akadmiks before. So like every person that's been out there, like let's say Ms. Jones,
Elliot,
let's say
Star.
let's say Star, let's say Big.
Star was worse than Akadmiks.
But the thing that she said was he didn't like artists. Like
Yeah.
but their content was so funny, was so wild
Right.
that they didn't need to involve artists. They could go
Right.
off on their own limb or make a skit about them, do whatever they
Right.
wanted to do. Whereas Akadmiks needs to post
He
certain
needs
stuff
artists.
to stay relevant. He can't just have a show on TV and people are just gonna tune in. He has to frame stuff the correct way. And we've never had a hip hop personality like that before. That
Facts.
was
I think
that
it's
was
almost, I think it's similar.
Who?
I
That was
disagree.
trying to ever
no,
ignite
no,
fights?
but what I'm saying is that you can say like, yeah, Star didn't like artists. He likes rock music, but artists are there on that show every day, and they're playing the artist music constantly because it's a radio show. So it's still a show that's so based on
And
hip
so
hop.
what is Akadmiks'
Yeah.
purpose in this hip hop lane?
I
Where
think
where
I
is
I
this
think
talent?
I
Akadmiks
think
has
that he's a new
transitioned
journalist.
now.
Yeah.
It's for like the newer artists that are looking for a buzz, looking for like their videos to get posted. He helps in that way.
Yeah.
Like he's figured out how to. Like I don't believe with everything going on in the friendship with 6ix9ine that Dirk genuinely wants to do business with Akadmiks,
Yeah.
but I feel like he has
It's a
to
mutually
because
beneficial.
it's a platform.
Right.
But we've never so like you could say like Star and Buck Wild they didn't like artists but they had to play, but there was never a situation where they may have made fun of artists, but there's never a situation where you're actively and openly trying to pit artists against each other, where you're trying to pit the world against them in the sense of is it trash or is it good?
Right.
Is it hot or is it cold? So he's constantly
No,
like
I
he's
don't agree with
basically
that.
forcing you to say something bad.
I just think
Right.
that it's the same thing, just repackaged. Like,
But who?
before we-
Name a person.
Before we got on camera, the Vibe magazine.
Listen,
Hold
but
on,
let me
listen,
stop you real quick.
yeah,
Vibe
yeah.
magazine is not a personality that you can
But the
see.
biggest,
Right.
but the two biggest personalities were Elliot Wilson's wife, who's a huge journalist. It's just that we were young during the. Well, listen to me, right? So we're young during the time, so we're not as in it. Like when the whole East Coast West Coast thing happened, I was like 10 or 11 years old, and Kevin.
Who was the face behind
But that's what I'm trying to
No, I'm
say.
saying-
I get what you're saying. Like
Right.
there were
It's the
people
s-
that were writing stuff, and it's the same, but it's not the same because those artists, those writers, those journalists, you don't have a visual to them. You're seeing Big Tigger, you're seeing Ebro, you're seeing Ms. Jones.
'Cause
you're
you
seeing
look
Miss
wild
Info,
attacking
you're seeing
Shade
Angie
Room.
Martinez.
Like-
Angie Martinez is not able to do what those Vibe magazine writers are
Right.
able to do. It's
I don't agree with that because.
So let me
when
ask you a
I'm-
question.
Wait. When I'm talking about like a Kevin Powell, right? He said mad dudes from the industry ran up on him all the time because of stuff he wrote.
But so let me ask you a question. Which visual person that you know that sat down like this with an artist is moving the way Akadmiks moves that you can name off the top of your head?
I think that Akadmiks is unique to this time, but I think that what Akadmiks is doing is the same thing that was done when it was Double XL versus The
So
Source.
stop naming magazines.
Yeah.
Who
But
fits
Benzino.
Well, who did he do that to? That he
Eminem.
couldn't- But that's
Eminem and
but that
50
was a
Cent.
rap beef that they
Beef,
went
yeah.
back and forth.
But
together.
he used the magazine.
But-
Oh wait, he used the Source magazine to constantly.
But in the
So-
same sense, Eminem, if he wanted to get into an altercation with Benzino, that opportunity was there.
Was there
This
to
guy
happen.
is throwing so many shots, and you could never find him.
He's
So it's
hiding,
not-
throwing rocks and
I
hiding his
don't-
hand.
I don't believe that. I think that if you really wanted to run into academics, you could.
Come on, that's not.
Yeah, right. If you're not being,
okay.
All I know is
that
Meek Mill's a top 10 rapper out right now.
Calling the kettle black. I'll die on that.
But you can't name.
You
You
can't-
gonna say
yeah,
Benzino, but you
yeah.
gonna name a guy who indulged in.
Because I
violence.
don't understand what is
no,
Meek
what
Mill
I'm saying-
doing that he's
no,
the
but what I'm saying is
he's the pop.
No, what I'm saying is that like I listen to rap. I love rap. I'll never stop listening to it. I'll never stop listening to rap music. But what I'm saying is I can't sit up here and say like morally Meek is better than Akadmiks.
But nobody's saying
no,
that.
Oh
Meek is trying to say
No,
that.
but he's
No,
basically
he's
trying to say
not.
that.
Yes, he is.
If we have a
Yes, he
fight,
is.
if we have
What's
a
wrong?
fight and you're not willing to fight,
What's more wrong, Akadmiks
but
or Meek Mill's
but that's what
content?
you're trying to. But
What's
you're,
wronger?
You're missing
Tell
the
me.
boat though.
Akadmiks is
Yeah.
promoting violence to a certain.
Mill doing?
If
cer-
me and you
he
fight-
is talking about life experiences that he went
that-
through.
so,
It's two
Josh,
different
if you
things.
never
You got
done
a
shot-
guy that never
Yeah.
even
You
experienced
think that-
anything and
you
talk
think that
about
what-
it.
you think that what
and
rap mu-
actually, and
you thi-
actually said Little Tum needs to be slide on. So
He was joking.
See,
But you-
now
but
it's
you
a
never-
joke.
But Little Tom actually did the shooting.
Right.
Yes.
So now it's a
Akadmiks
joke.
is not doing the shooting.
It's
so in what world?
is
would you
what
live
little
with?
is so because Little Tim shot someone, he has the right to rap about
He's
it.
actually
and
doing
sell it.
He's I'm not saying he has the.
But
It's a right. It's a right thing morally, but he's the one doing it. He could speak on it. He
That's my
could
whole
talk
point.
on it.
But
You got
that's my whole-
Akadmiks'
but
whole
that's my
career
whole point.
based on promoting
That
Chirac
violent-
war and
Yeah, like
violence
you're
and
basically
putting
being a-
enemies
yeah.
against
I'm
each
not
other.
heated debate. That was a heated debate.
Yeah.
And that's the group chat in a nutshell. That's what we really want people to see is the arguing.
Nah, they want to see me fluster, and they know my buttons.
They don't
man.
want to see you fuss. You always say they.
Yo,
Who's
they, you
Yo,
two,
no, yo, that's
they.
what no,
multiple.
Yo, that's what he does. Like, yo, in the
I'm a
group,
victim.
in the
I'm a
group chat,
victim.
we got a little gambling group chat. In the group chat, somebody else could say something, and it's always me and Josh. Like, I'm like, what is this
Always.
kid
Yo,
reading?
because you
Like,
guys ha everything.
No, but hold on. You almost say my name right.
Send
got
day,
that.
send day.
You got him not saying my name right, and it's showing like, oh, it's the autocorrect.
I swear to God, I put
You,
sensei-
yo, listen, you are the funniest because listen, this dude, he gets mad. He'll seek out. There could be 30 people roasting him. I'll say one thing or ha something.
Yeah, he
he'll be
come
like, you
for
know
us.
what, Josh?
Yeah,
You know what,
always.
Josh? I'm like,
Or better yet, me. Like, I'm like, yo, can you tell me where I said this? Like, this is.
Yo, you gotta show me that trick. There's a trick, right? Oh my God, it's famous. Yo, for the longest, Dot was just like, yo, you said this or whatever the case may be. Nems, Dot, whatever, be like, no, I didn't. 2 seconds later, it's a screenshot of what they actually
I'll
said,
show you.
and he be
I'll show
right.
you our next commercial break.
Yeah, because you gotta
Remind
show
me.
me, because that's a special.
I just don't-
feature.
I'm like, yo, I
I
ain't
really
scrolling
thought
up
you
that
had
far
like a
back.
special file,
Oh,
and you
no,
was sorting it out.
Like,
Like,
I don't like time to do that.
No.
I was
I
like,
don't know
you're
how to do
sick.
that.
That's why I was like, I know what Dot's doing. I'm not feeding into it, because he went back and searched something I said.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I went back and searched something I said I'm not even getting into a back and forth with him because he said the same. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let
That
Dot
was
have
hilarious.
this. And plus, it's OTF. It's supposed to be OTF in that gambling
Nah,
chat.
you're right. But you guys go
It's
out of
supposed to be
line
OTF.
And Edgon, y'all ha-has sometimes hurt me
Zeem-
more
Zeem
than
broke
actual
peace treaty,
statement.
so
He did. So now it was
all
whatever.
hands on deck
now
now.
it was whatever.
Nah, but
Um,
shout out Meek Mill, shout out Dream Chasers. You
Yo,
already know I got
let me
the
ask you
hat,
this
had to
before we
represent.
leave the music.
Yeah.
Who are your top 5 baddest female rappers in the game right now?
Ooh, damn.
Give me 5.
5. All right, this is just off rip. I'm just thinking of Ruby Rose.
Yep.
Never heard any of her music. I swear to
Yo,
God.
she can rap,
Can she?
and she got like a raspy voice. I like
G
it.
Herbo raspy?
I wouldn't go that far.
We talk about females, you gonna say G Herbo Ras.
I know you see me trying to.
What type of dude is this? Yo?
It must be the honey jazz.
Movie. That's
We'll
definitely
have to
a
edit
pause.
that part out.
Ruby Rose.
Yep.
Man, I gotta put both of the city girls in there. I enjoy them. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go JT because that's Uzi. I'm gonna go Miami. That's 2. Sorry. I'm gonna go Iggy Azalea.
No JT, but Iggy Azalea.
I kept Miami though. Iggy Azalea.
Me.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, two more. I can't front. Whatever the case may be. Meg Thee Stallion. And then, nah, I'm sorry. Cardi don't do it for me, man.
Me either.
Personality-wise, I love her to death. She just doesn't do it for me. Nicki Minaj don't do it for me. Yeah, I don't know. It just does not do. Okay. Maybe I just seen her for so long. She's like an older sister, maybe. Yeah, one more.
He wasn't saying that during the 6ix9ine video when she was in that milk.
All right, so I'm gonna go Nicki Minaj. Yeah. Nicki Minaj.
Sure. So I'll go whole way. I'll go next to give Shawn a little bit more time.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going number 1.
Oh, so this is your de facto number 1.
Nicki Minaj, the queen. She's bad to me. She's bad,
okay.
And she's almost 40 and still looks good.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
I'm going Meg Thee Stallion number 2. I'm going Ruby Rose number 3, and Ruby Rose has the chance to get to number 1.
Okay.
I'm going Cash Doll number 4.
Okay.
Number 5.
So I see you like those 5'8" and taller. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Cash Doll and
my
Meg Thee
boy
Stallion.
6'1".
I'm 6'1".
Yeah, you're right. I'm 5'9". I gotta be careful.
And since you took her out, I'm gonna put it in JT.
All right, so I'm gonna take
she's a
Nicki
pretty
Minaj
girl.
out mine, and I'm gonna go Mulatto, aka
Ooh,
Big
okay.
Lotto.
Big Lotto. Okay,
Big Lotto.
I like that one. Yo, an honorable mention. She's gonna be on Love and Hip Hop, I think, this year.
Who's this?
Rennie Rucci.
Oh yeah, she's tough. She's tough.
Is that the Gucci's artist dating her? Is that the one that's with?
Yeah, the one that got. I think her man's in jail.
Yeah, what is it? Not Pooh Shiesty.
Fulio.
Oh yeah.
Fugiano.
Yeah, Fugiano.
I said Fulio. I'm so old. I'm so old.
All right, who's the top 5, Doc?
Nicki Minaj is my number 1. Big Lotto. Ruby Rose.
Yep.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Yep.
And what's that, 4?
Yeah, 4. One more.
Number five. I just had it at the tip of my...
Coi Leray.
Nah, hell no.
Whoa!
Lizzo.
You see how I set him up?
Lizzo.
She ain't a rapper. Lizzo ain't a rapper.
She's not a rapper?
Nah, don't she sing? I thought she had a great
Lizzo
voice.
sing. Nah, I don't know. Does she?
She's fusion. She's like Drake.
Oh,
She raps.
Nah. But number 5, did I say Ruby Rose already?
Yeah, Ruby Rose. Yeah, number 5.
I probably got to go Cash Doll too.
Cash Doll. Yeah.
I love
Actually,
Cash.
because she's like multifaceted. Because obviously, my honorable mention would be Doja Cat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know if she's like an official
cute.
rapper.
I thought she was a singer.
Yeah,
She's
more like
more
a pop star. Yeah.
She's the top of the list in the pop charts.
Yeah, that's fact.
So can we talk about a hot topic in our group chat, outside of our group chat, on social media, on TV?
Yep.
Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. So first,
Yes,
let's start off by
give
saying
them the background on
it's
that.
not Maria Taylor versus Rachel Nichols. They're not fighting with each other. I want to put that out there. So basically, Rachel Nichols got caught making some negative comments towards Maria Taylor in terms of her getting the NBA countdown position and insinuating that she's a diversity hire, and that's why she got it and Rachel didn't. So before we get too far into it, let's defer to our HR expert, Shawn Daly. You know what I'm saying, and get his perspective on it.
I mean, I think what Rachel Nichols said was like, if it got out, it was a private conversation, but it got leaked publicly. So like, it's tough to hear. But I'm more mad at ESPN than I am at Rachel Nichols, because I feel they put them in that position to kind of like, bump heads. And whenever you're going into hiring somebody or you're going into promoting someone, I don't feel like you go about it that way. You don't take from one to give to another. If you thought if you actually did think Maria Taylor was more talented and deserving of the position, you have that conversation with Rachel Nichols beforehand. You don't do it when the opportunity fits, like, to fit your narrative. I feel like I know we could talk more about it. We could definitely talk more about it. I feel like there was a way to transition Maria Taylor into that role without just being so blatant, like coming to her like, all right, this is in your contract, this is what you've been doing, you're not doing it no more, we're substituting you with Maria Taylor. Had the Maria Taylor been in Rachel Nichols' situation and Rachel Nichols gets put on and Maria Taylor gets bumped out, then what's that conversation?
Can we not do hypotheticals? I just want to.
But it's a hypothetical, but it's a thing that happens.
That's a fair one.
Okay.
He didn't reach.
All right.
He didn't reach.
Jiggy, what you think?
All right. So I'm of two minds about this. The first thing is, the thing that bothers me is that affirmative action hires, it's always the black person that's the affirmative action hire.
Yeah.
You're right. But if you actually study the statutes, and thank God, you know what I'm saying, my father was an EEO officer for the federal government.
Yeah.
And basically anybody except a white male is a diversity hire.
Yeah,
or
correct.
is an affirmative action hire.
Is this correct, HR?
That is
All right.
very
Yeah.
correct.
All right.
So the thing that I don't like is that companies can hide behind, we're making diversity hires, and have white women fill that void as their diversity, right? So that's first things first. And I think what Shawn is correct in saying that ESPN is probably the biggest culprit here. But what Rachel Nichols said gives you a window kind of into what a lot of the issues are now between black and white people, Spanish and white people. Like, to be racist or bigoted, it doesn't have to be like a KKK burning a freaking cross on your lawn, right?
Yep.
You can say something like that. What Rachel said, and that's super racist to me, because you're just saying that the only reason why she got it is because she's a diversity hire, when people could shoot back and say the only reason why you got XYZ, come to find out, is because you're so connected. And you're a white woman, so you're technically a diversity hire as well. And last thing is, Rachel Nichols was supposed to host the NBA Finals. So that was just bad on ESPN. How you going to have Maria Taylor hosting the whole year, and then after the Western Conference Finals, like, all right, Rachel Nichols is doing it? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Bro.
So Dot's correct in saying that ESPN should have had that conversation a lot earlier, although this is a year ago. The audio
I
coming
think
out.
that's my biggest thing in regards to that. All right, it's a couple of things and aspects I want to touch on in regards to this. Yes, it was a private conversation. Yes, in private, your true colors come out. Like I said, if people really want to know Zeem, if they go in our group chat, they'd be like, "This is a wild boy." So I appreciate you guys never exposing me like that.
Already,
yeah, but back to the point at hand. My thing was, it would be one thing if ESPN went to Rachel and said, "We are going with Maria because of diversity," whatever the case may be. That did not happen. She didn't even allude to that. That was her opinion, her assuming, rather than, well, the jump is not getting that good of a numbers. Maria is excelling X, Y, and Z. Maria actually played basketball. Jalen and Jay Will, her co-hosts, actually like her more than you, prefer. Like, there could have been a lot of reasons. Rachel, in her high horse, white privilege self, had said the only way Maria could have got this job, and the reason why they had the audacity to come to me, is because they're trying to fill this void of bad, track record of diversity.
Yep.
Does that make sense what I'm saying right there?
I get what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay. So what I combat to that, and I'm not saying by no means that situation and that scenario doesn't take place every day in the workforce.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like the media, like we all love the media, but the media is bittersweet in a sense. They can take something and they can switch it, they can flip it, they can make it viewed how in the most negative way possible.
And can you tell the people it's all driven by what? Ratings.
Ratings,
data.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
Ratings,
okay,
for sure.
Yep.
So I don't know. None of us know Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't know if she's a racist. We don't know what she is. We don't know.
And for the record, I don't even think she is. I just think what she said was racist.
So I can understand.
You separate the two?
Yeah.
And I can understand how you can take those comments as like, from an outside looking in,
Right.
as like, being prejudiced.
Right.
But what I'm trying to get at is, like, for what she said, the full clip of the audio of what she said is basically saying, yes, it's a diversity hire, give or take.
Right.
But she's also saying, like, I went through those same things, and now that I'm finally having to get here, you're not going to do the same thing to me.
All right, that's my problem number 2.
Uh-oh. He got another problem.
Well, I'm just,
Talk to me,
I'm keeping it a buck here.
Keep it 100.
The fact that she thinks what she went through, and don't get me wrong, women do struggle and have to fight for these positions, but she is trying to equate it to the same plight that African Americans deal with on a day-to-day
But
basis.
regardless
This is black people, and this is your little rich.
I get
white
that, but
problem.
regardless of
that was a
that
good
being
point.
true,
Yep.
and not to sound like harsh, but that's not Rachel's problem. That's not Rachel's problem at all. Like, you're never gonna, if you're in a position or if you're in a company and if you ever work corporate,
Yep.
HR, whatever the case may be,
Yep.
and a move is being made,
Yep.
you already know the vibes. You can predict what's gonna happen. Like, when the hire's happening at the place where I work,
Yep.
I can predict the direction they're gonna go just by
Meaning like the behind-the-scene conversation of why they made that decision.
Just knowing,
Okay.
being there so
Okay.
long and picking up on stuff, you
Okay.
can always pretty much determine which route they're gonna go.
Yep.
Other places that I've worked in the past have been flat out like, blatant and just say, yo, we need a black person.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And that's before all this stuff went on where you have to be very political
George
correct.
Floyd stuff.
And
Floyd, Black Lives
so
Matter.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're blatant, like, yo, we need a black face. We need a Spanish face. Get me a
Right.
Spanish speaking person to do this job.
Right.
Like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask this question, right? So, what you're saying is correct. What you're saying is correct, right? So, I think that when we were first debating about it, it was a situation where we were coming at it from different ways, and now we've kind of come to a more closer point. But my issue is, all right, so one, Maria Taylor does the college football for ESPN,
Yep.
which is like a 3 or 4 times bigger audience than the NBA. So she's more known nationally by, like, the greater people in America, like the great population, than a Rachel Nichols. Two, I think that it's like, I think that the conversation breaks down on this line. White people can preach allyship till they get blue in the face.
Right.
And there are some great true allies. We know some.
Right.
Right? But the thing is, like, true equity goes against human nature. True equity goes against human nature. And what I say is this: Rachel Nichols can want to hire or bring on all the former black players who took the bullet for her. Kendrick, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Richard Jefferson, Stack 5, Matt Barnes. But when it comes to the position that they want,
Yep.
they don't want. Even if she thought that Maria is a diversity hire or there because she's black, which would mean that ESPN's trying to be more equitable, it goes against human nature to be like, all right, cool, let's let a person of color get this spot. So I'm not saying that she's wrong, but I'm saying is that to like this allyship and all this other stuff that we've been dealing with since George Floyd, it goes against human nature.
And I get what you're saying, because I even said, to me, it was the laugh afterwards, to me, that was worse. Like, you're in agreement that this black BLM and the Me Too movement, which Me Too is generated towards women, you're exhausted with. And then secondly, it was more of, how can I say it? It was more of, she was
in agreement with it.
In agreement with it, which made it like, damn. And then secondly was, I always say locker room talk, right? I work in administration. I got teachers who come up to me like, yo, Kazeem, what's really going on? Like, you know what I mean? When an email comes out or something comes out, like, give me the backstory or whatever, because they know I'm sitting in those rooms. So she presented it as she is privy to this information that So how does that make Maria feel? How does that make any African American who's on that table feel?
I really want to
get. You guys get what I'm trying to say?
Listen, I fully get it. And before Doc goes, I just want to say that the point that we were making about Sha'Carri Richardson earlier, where we're talking about a lot of people who don't know the exact what's going on in sports as far as drug testing and stuff that happened in the past, and maybe didn't play sports themselves, and they're coming in the situation screaming racism where maybe it is and maybe it isn't. A lot of people don't, a lot of people who are commenting on this in a negative view on Rachel are not people who watch The Jump or watch sports.
Right.
It hits social media, and every black person, especially a successful black person, can identify with the fact that everywhere we go, we are viewed as, oh, they hired him or her because they're black.
Right.
And I get that. That's well said, Josh. That's very well said. But my thing is, like, and I get it. Like, not everybody that's on Twitter or social media that viewed Rachel Nichols saying that is going to just have that understanding. It did come off very hurtful.
Right.
And, like, you know, I want to see every black and brown person win.
Facts.
Like, you know, if I can
I
ever help
that.
a black and brown person win, I'm going to do best of my ability to do it. You know what I'm saying? If we hear somebody black and successful, we're happy. We're like, you know, we love to see it. We want to see you in that role. But when... I don't know, just to be blunt, this is a real room, right?
Yeah, it's a real room.
But to be honest with you, like I said to you guys in the group chat, it sucked that it had to come from a white man to say it. But what's going on from a, like, you know, entertainment, workforce standpoint of Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement, it's very exhausting. It is because, for instance, I'll have somebody at work, for instance, let's go to the Me Too movement. I'll have somebody at work, and whatever name they have, let's say they have a name like Evan, that can be a boy or a girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to, like, triple and double check, like, go look at personal stuff to see what they identify as, because I don't want to say I sent it to him or I sent it because if I make a mistake and it's a him and it's really a her,
can't lie. Even something I learned,
I'm in big trouble.
You can't even email anymore. Hey guys. You have to say hey everyone. Hey team.
I get what he mean. I get what he meant. I get what he meant. It is. Right. And like I'm saying, so like Rachel Nichols, this is how I took it. All right, Maria Taylor, she may be well known. She does college football.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is in my contract that I'm going to be hosting the NBA Finals. In the height of everything going on with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you come to me and says, all right, go do Doris's job. Maria Taylor's going to take your job. Right. You don't got to spell it. You don't got to say it much more clear what's really going on.
All right. And you said that in the chat, and I'll admit, I was hot under the collar. Because you're basically saying, you know, I was gonna say perturbed, you know what I mean? But because in the sense of, unless it was spelled out to you that way, because you basically saying like, yo guys, listen, it is what it is. This is how people talk about us behind closed doors. This is how they really feel. And when I hear someone's exhausted, my God, you only had to deal with Black Lives Matter for 8 months. What do you think us as African-American minorities, how exhausted we are trying to fight and climb uphill, and then when we get there, you're saying, you only got it because of diversity.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is ESPN had to do a better job if they really intended on giving Maria Taylor that job and to transitioning her into it.
Right.
Because let's say, for instance, there's a campaign going on now.
Yeah, we're talking about a year though. Still,
but it happened July 2020. That's when it happened. Yeah. This is a year later, July 2021.
Right.
And July 2020, that's the height of Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
It hasn't just started in July 2020, but that's the height of it reigniting again.
Yeah,
with the bubble, you know what I'm saying? The teams boycotting. So they trying to change the image for the finals. Everybody's trying to transition in to moving into that diversity piece.
And they was in a bubble hotel.
Exactly. They're making it a point of emphasis by this point.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, so let's say, for instance, within the last few months, there's been a movement going on, Stop Asian Hate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you're the dean of you're the principal of your school, Atlanta's charter school.
Yep.
You have every year at graduation, you give the speech.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You've been doing it for a year. You've been doing it for 2 years. Now all of a sudden, while all the what you call it, the Stop Asian Hate campaigns going on, while you may stand with that and you may respect that, you know what I'm saying? You may have no malice towards an Asian person.
Right.
And it's never been voiced to you before. And let's say leading up to that graduation commencement, they say, all right, Zeem, you're not going to do it anymore. It's going to be whoever Asian person is working at your job.
Right.
They do it. What are you supposed to think? How are you supposed to feel?
I think...
Be honest. Don't give me the real room. Don't give me a political answer. Give me how you would really feel.
I'll feel similar.
Okay.
But I don't think my first initial thing would be to jump. Is it all right to me go ask my bosses why?
At this point,
Like, why can I ask
but-
why?
So
I get what you're saying. That was a great point. You
Yeah.
put me back against the wall, and I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna feel that way, but I'll go seek why.
All
You're
right.
gonna have to buckle down, 10 toes down, and tell me why.
All right, so my thing is this. Let's take it to a next level. You go talk to your boss,
Yep.
and they say that's just the direction that we're going into. So now let's keep in mind that she didn't go on any platform and she didn't go voice it. She had a private conversation that happened to get leaked. Let's say you're talking to me. Let's say you're talking to Josh
Yep.
about this situation. How does it come off? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I get it. I
Yep.
understand. But what my main thing that I was arguing, I says I don't feel like that takes away from anything that Rachel's done in the past as far as like, Black Lives Matters and not being an ally. She did what any normal human being in that situation would have said to a personal friend about
Right.
the situation.
But it just, how can I say it? It just backfired, and this is why I said this in chat. The laugh made it worse. It didn't. And then at this point, now it didn't come across like you was doing it genuine. Where you work with a lot of African American, especially the athletes, brothers, where it didn't come across as you genuinely felt that way.
How do you feel about ESPN sending Perkins and RJ out there to be shields almost?
Hated it. I hated
it was-
to see
I
it.
felt bad
I
for
hated
them,
to
man.
see it. And that's the point that I'm making. Why we need if you wanted to see a change and if you want to be mad at somebody, you got to be mad at ESPN. Like whoever's making the decisions in that board, start to question the diversity there. Start to question the background and the views of who's making the decisions there because that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like now it looks like Rachel doesn't want to speak. Doesn't want to apologize, and we have two black men caping for her, basically making it sound like it's
T-Mac
okay.
online.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
so, but I'll agree with you to a certain extent. The reason it's the same thing you say when we talk about academics, that there's a face. So we don't know all the suits that was at ESPN, and
Right.
the person that actually did a lot of the diversity hires and making the network more diverse on air kind of got ousted. His name was John Skipper. So what I'm saying about Rachel Nichols is like, yeah, maybe it was a human reaction. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how anyone would react in that sense? But she made two statements in that short clip. Then there's a longer clip too,
Right.
where she talks more about it. But in that clip that went viral, she's saying diversity hire. Then LeBron's PR person talks about BLM and Me Too, and she's like,
Right.
like, so it's someone that we know. And if we're being honest, man, like basketball is a black culture.
Yeah.
Even
sure.
you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say two things. One, it's like, damn, like you're like a guest here because is Rachel Nichols good at her job? I guess. Is Maria Taylor good at her job? I guess. I mean, I think those pieces are kind of interchangeable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's because they're women, but just, before that it was Sage Steele, it was Michelle Beadle. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
constantly change. I haven't noticed a big change in the show. But what I'm saying is like, yo, you're a guest in this culture. And so you saying those things is more hurtful because like, damn, like we thought you was cool. You know what I'm saying? So I get both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the both sides but like it is a natural human reaction, but her reaction is what we assume white people say behind closed doors all the time.
Facts.
Yup.
And it got confirmed. So while you're saying like, yes, it's a slap in the face to
Yup.
Maria Taylor, it is. But like as a black man, I'm like, damn.
So let me ask you this now. Let me ask you this. Behind closed doors, if let's play a hypothetical.
Yep.
Maria Taylor is in Rachel Nichols' position.
Yep.
Rachel Nichols takes Maria Taylor's job. What's the first two questions? What's the first thing that we say when that
It's 'cause
9
she's
times
white.
out of 10 because she's white?
Yep.
So let me ask you a question. If we want to move, and obviously I'm not saying that we have the same opportunities
Right.
as because clearly we don't.
We don't.
But if we want to move to a space of like, I don't think it'll ever get to a point where everybody's like saying nice things about one another, but you
Right.
just want to be treated fairly and given the same opportunity as
Right.
someone else. So at what point, if 9 times out of 10 you just confirm that that's what a black person would say if the white person were to take the job.
Right.
So Why can't Rachel say that if our counterpart would say that?
Because all right, I'm gonna say two things quickly, and then Zeem could wrap it up on this topic. One, it's not the first black person to host that show. It's not the first black woman to host that show. Right. And secondly, it's because when we talk about who can be racist and who can't be racist, it's like, damn, we're constantly as black people in a position where we're like, damn, like we're not, we're constantly catching hell. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term. So it's like, of course, we're gonna default to that. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
So then, like the one time you don't get what you want, you've had every advantage, and on top of being a white person, you're connected.
So let me ask you this. Yeah. So before Zeem goes, so what basically you're saying is because white people have gotten more opportunities,
which is just a fact.
Which is a fact that you're basically turning it into, which where it gets tricky, and you have to remember you want white people to buy into this.
Yep.
So what you're basically saying is because you're white and you got more opportunities than me, you can't say that. But because I'm black and I've never had the chance you had, it's okay for me to say this. That's what it turns into.
Kinda.
But how can you get a white person? How can you get the majority of the country to buy into that?
Because like Zeem go, and then we can bring it back. I don't want to take your last.
Well, no, it's just more of. I get your premise. I'm just saying at these opportunities that we're so getting into right now, we didn't have these opportunities for years and years and years. Now that we're there, someone slighting it and using it to devalue us and what she worked hard for is where it becomes an issue. Right? And I think that's where the general population is looking at it. And at the end of the day, I think this benefited Maria Taylor. Listen, that was, Rachel.
We had to get serious for
we had to get, and Rachel's going to continue to grow. You guys know my prediction. She's going to be out of there sooner than later. They had the
Fox
suspension
News?
thing.
I'm just joking.
She might go FS1.
Yeah, FS1, yeah. They pick up all the ESPN, I ain't going to say leftovers, but talent, and they blossom over there. They getting, their money's green over there too.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And like I said, I really believe Maria Taylor, if her agency leaked that was a smart play. Because at the end of the day, if she is let go, people's going to be like, oh, my God, it was because of the whole Rachel Nichols thing and this. And I think ESPN can't, especially after Rachel called them old Trump supporters. You know what I mean?
Maria Taylor posted something where she showed pictures of all these black people that she put on at ESPN. So I don't know if that was like cryptic saying that she's getting ready to like get out of here.
Oh, for real? I got to follow. I got to go to IG.
I'll send it. I'll send it.
I didn't even see that.
But yeah, speaking of the NBA, man.
Yeah, let's get to it.
These NBA finals, not the match that we wanted. I think America wanted. We wanted Brooklyn versus LA bad.
Bad, yeah.
Well, you didn't. You didn't
Which
want
LA?
Brooklyn Events. The Lakers.
No, I wanted Brooklyn versus
the
Clippers.
Come on.
Yeah, I wanted Clippers. I never wanted Lakers in that final.
You said
Lakers.
You said the LA, right?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. When people talking about LA, they're not talking about the Clippers, bro.
All right, well,
we're if we say Clippers,
this is our group chat.
Yeah,
we talk about the Clippers.
Yeah, you
These
guys
two brothers right here.
You guys are in the minority. You guys in the
Nah, but it would have been, I don't know, would have been more fun to see KD and Claw matching up.
Nah,
Right,
KD
right.
versus LeBron is the matchup.
Nah,
KD,
he already killed them too much.
You just don't like LeBron.
You already beat him up too much. You already spanked
It's
him
2-1.
too much.
It's 2-1.
He spanked them.
It's 2-1.
It was bad.
4-0
sweeps.
1 year, 4-1 1 year. We don't want to see
yeah,
that.
it was
Let
bad,
Claw get a shot.
It was bad, especially if Kyrie and Harden was there. It would have got bad.
Yeah, it would have been a sweep, but it would look bad.
Yeah, it would
That
have
wouldn't
bad.
have been a sweep. They wasn't sweeping the Lakers.
Gentleman
bro.
sweep.
Nah, they wasn't sweeping.
No,
The way y'all played,
Yeah, but I'm saying if both teams is healthy, man, come on, man. Like,
Sure.
be
I
for
got my
real.
200 strong now. Lakers
yeah,
ain't
you
making the
got
finals
2
next
versus
year.
2. KD, Kyrie.
Who you just making the finals next year?
Golden
You
State
just-
or the Clippers?
You just texted us that because James Harden got frisked.
I said Golden State or the Clippers.
You said no Brooklyn in the finals.
I was joking, but clearly, like, that's in full strength. They're going to the finals. Cakewalk to the finals in the East.
James
He's like
Harden
it
wants to
turned
be a rapper so bad. It's like he's not really focused on ball like how he should be focused on ball. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You have every right to live your life, do what you want. but the image that he tries to portray and
His
puts out
rapper.
there,
He's like a
just
Charles Barkley.
rapper-esque.
Like he's not in shape. He's not taking like getting his body in shape serious.
Like, he's
just a talent.
right. Naturally go out there, get 30, and not even
Crazy.
be in shape. But yeah,
Fast and
what you got for the game tonight? Bucks or Suns?
So right now, we're filming on a Thursday before Game 2.
Yeah.
So I think that if I had to put money on it, I would say the Suns probably win tonight. I don't think Giannis is really close to 100%.
Man, if he's not 100%, from what I seen in Game 1, yeah, he wasn't as aggressive shot taking, but that block, those dunks, even the first play right off the game, they tried to get him to alley. He was up there to show that my knee is good to his
After
teammates.
that block, he was limping.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Y'all
he
sure
was.
see something?
He
about
was.
that?
I didn't see
He
that.
was. Go back and Google it.
Yeah, maybe. So who you got? So you got the Suns. Who you got tonight?
I think I gotta go with the Suns.
Damn.
It's tough to play in Phoenix, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's a really good crowd.
So,
Have they lost there yet?
So sideline sources had some thing on their story a few days ago, and it's one of the top. There in Utah, it's like one of the top places, toughest places to play in the NBA.
Yeah. Just atmosphere wise, how it's set up. It really does
Yeah.
feel like Duke-ish, like they're on top of you.
Yo,
know what I mean?
all I know is that's Jordan took 3 from them in the finals in Phoenix in '93. Just a little knowledge there.
The GOAT.
That's crazy. He took 3 from them.
Yeah, but he averaged 40 points that series.
41, 8
Dan-
and 8.
Against Charles Barkley.
No, stop. Charles Barkley was not playing him. Dan Marley.
But Charles Barkley
Kevin
was on
Johnson,
the team.
6'1" Kevin Johnson.
Oh, but
was playing him.
Duncan Robinson had to guard LeBron a few possessions last year.
A few possession wasn't the main primary defender. It was Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler.
you seen
right?
that starting lineup?
And,
that
was it Andre Iguodala?
The
Was
starting
he on
I don't
lineup
think he was
was
starting.
Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Myers Leonard, and Bam.
All right. And who played LeBron? Jimmy Butler.
My God, that's the worst finals starting lineup I've ever seen.
The worst one was the Cleveland 2007.
Oh yeah, that was
That
the
was
worst
pretty
one.
bad.
That was
Yeah.
worse.
Nah,
That was
but
bad.
listen, Jimmy didn't he?
Nah, the
turn his- didn't he
76ers,
turn his-
AI.
Nah, that was a good team.
The Kembe, that was a good
They
team.
just Shaq
Eric
was just
Snow.
Shaq was
Yo,
just
they
so
was just- they was
dominant,
Aaron
man.
McKee.
They won they won like 60-something games.
And I think didn't AI win MVP that year?
Yeah, that was a good team to build a team around AI. They got rid of Stackhouse. They got rid of Tim Thomas, Larry Hughes. Anybody that wanted to take a shot, they had to
Yeah,
get.
like think about it. Like if AI, the shots he's taking, like you're not gonna get another dominant scorer over there.
They said Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, Dikembe, just rebound and play defense, please.
But listen, I got the Bucks tonight. Book it. Listen, book it. Put money on it. Giannis is coming out crazy. Drew's coming out crazy. Bud already put it into the referee's ears. We need favorable calls as well. I don't see Chris Paul going back to the well like that again. D Book is gonna play better. I'll give him that. But you know who killed the Bucks? It was the Cam Johnsons, the Cameron Payne, and the Miles Bridges. Oh,
Ayton had, what, 20 and 20 and
19 and 19,
But
20 and
That's
19.
crazy.
it was the other guys who killed the Bucks, where you got Chris Middleton shooting 9 for 27. Like, that can't
I
happen.
think, but the thing is, though, Zeem, is that, like, those players are going to play better at Phoenix. Those role players are going to play better at home.
That's why I think Suns will win tonight.
Yeah. Like, for Milwaukee to get a game, Drew Holiday got to wake up. Middleton had, like, 2 or 3 turnovers in, like, 2 minutes when they were trying to make their comeback.
Oh, my God. Especially
It was,
oh, my God.
like, honestly, this is, like, some of the most depleted finals that we've seen in a long time.
I don't want to.
Nah, it's not. Last year was depleted.
Last year was depleted.
Miami Heat was not a good product. It wasn't a good
But
product.
But
At
no,
least
but
Phoenix
I'm
and
talking about both teams. I feel like are not like I don't feel that the Suns was the best team in the West. And I definitely don't feel like the Bucks is the best team.
But it's
in the
not
East.
always the best team that makes it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that over the course of like the past like 7, 8, 9, 10 years, we've had the best teams in the finals, especially when you talk about Cleveland versus Golden State.
I think I do like. We just get to root for different people. Like,
Yeah.
it was
No,
getting.
the
I was
ratings are way
exhausted.
down.
But the thing that people say, everybody, we saw Golden State and Cleveland for 4 or 5 straight years.
Yes.
And then before that, we saw Miami for how many other straight years?
4 years straight.
And then it was going between the Lakers, Mavs, or Spurs.
Spurs, right.
So now that we finally got 2 teams
Right,
that we
I'm
never
happy
seen,
about it,
like what do we really want?
Well,
Right.
I think the difference is that when we first seen Golden State come on the scene, or we first seen Dallas make that breakthrough, we felt like those were like top tier level teams. I don't think that, like, so just for you guys to know, the ratings are down 39% from the 2019
They don't
NBA.
care
Yeah,
about
because
that.
it's
No. Listen to me. Just listen. They're down 39% from 2019 when they don't even count all the people in Canada that was watching the finals, and they're down 50% from the 2018 Golden State Cleveland Cavaliers finals that everyone thought that Cleveland was overmatched and it was a sweep.
All right, so
Usually-
when you put those numbers out there, what are you alluding to?
I'm alluding
What are you
to,
alluding to?
like, I think that it's good to see new blood, but I think that people feel like, yeah, like they made it, they're healthy, let's give them credit, but they're not a draw.
Yeah, because there's no player on the Suns that can shoot threes from 30 feet out or can do what Clay does or
Well,
is
you got
wowing you like
CP3, the
LeBron.
darling, the
Yeah, but it's
16
still good
years,
that-
He's not
first
as big a star as what was on Golden State
like
or Cleveland.
LeBron, KD, Curry.
So basically, what you're saying, the NBA is driven by
Stars.
a handful.
Yes,
But you're always gonna take a hit then eventually
Yeah.
because you're gonna keep having the same, like it's like a boxing match that you keep fighting the same people over.
I
and
think it's
over
like
and over.
I would compare it to like a movie. Like you need a big star to open a big movie.
So what they gonna do? LeBron
So what I'm saying
gone
is-
in
LeBron's
3
about to be
years.
gone.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I think that the handoff happens naturally. I think that Brooklyn having all those injuries this year hurt the natural transition of the league going from maybe Bron being the best player or considered the best player to now it's KD's turn to be like the main to be that main.
That may be
attraction.
true, but I think now
I just don't feel KD's a main event.
I don't
He's
believe
a main
that.
talent.
I don't believe that.
Nah, he's a main event for sure.
I don't
He's the
believe
main
that.
event. You see what he did Game 7?
No. That's what I said. We're talking about two different things. Talent-wise, skill-wise, yeah, he's the cream of the crop. 1, 2. I'm talking as a main attraction.
So before-
people buy your sneaker, people buy your jersey.
He's one of the only people that has his own sneaker.
Yeah. You could have your own sneaker. That doesn't mean to sell. Paul George has his own sneaker
He's
too. You know that,
KD
right?
selling though.
No.
KD.
He's actually number 5 in the Nike thing.
Yeah, but
I
it's
read-
like Jordan is like 1, and then it's
Yeah,
all the
but
way down.
look
to
who you're
and then-
naming.
and then
It's
LeBron.
Jordan. It goes Kyrie. Then it goes LeBron James. Then it goes Stephen Curry. Then KD. That's saying
Look who
something.
you just named.
You named-
But that's what
You
I'm
named
trying to
5
say.
superstars.
You name like 3, like even like Kai. I don't think Kyrie's as big a draw as Kevin Durant.
Well,
and you have to
I would
remember, too-
Not sneaker wise,
Sneaker wise, he is.
he is. But I would just say
He got better sneakers.
I don't know. I just don't feel KD is that big of a draw yet.
You don't
as we
remember
claim.
KD OKC?
I don't believe
No,
that.
no. That's what I'm saying. He's a talent wise, but he didn't become a draw until he joined Steph Curry. Steph Curry's a draw.
That 2012
LeBron James
finals,
is a draw.
I feel like, they were hyped to see LeBron versus
Yeah,
KD.
that was a big.
No,
That was a
and-
big draw.
No, they wanted to see LeBron James versus the juggernaut Golden State Warriors.
No, I'm
Please
talking about
remember who's the
2012.
main
Nah,
card.
nah. he's-
2012
he's
before-
talking about
2012.
Before
Oh,
KC
the
in Miami.
baby. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they wanted to
That
see
was
that. And not for nothing, they wanted OKC. Like, if OKC would have beat that 73-9 team, it would have been like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This who we beat to get
Yeah, I
to
think-
LeBron?
Yeah,
You know, who's on that?
I think he's
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook's the main. He's a draw.
Nah, I think Westbrook is a draw, but not like a KD or a LeBron. I
Yeah.
think that the only like draw in the finals right now is probably Giannis, and that's even like lower. And people are like, "Oh, the guy's hurt."
And people want to see CP probably get one. 'cause
Yeah.
he
That's what I
hasn't
was
got one.
thinking too.
So
I
let
just
so
don't
hold
wanna
on, wait.
shit
If
on his
CP3
finals with
if
numbers.
CP3 gets one, where does that put him? All-time point guards.
I'll go Magic 1, Curry 2, Isaiah 3. I didn't watch Oscar Robertson, so I'm only gonna talk about people I know. So no disrespect
Yeah.
to if I miss anybody. And then I gotta put CP3 4.
I got, and I'll tell you why. I got Curry. No, I got Magic Johnson 1.
All right.
Curry 2. I don't want
to.
to. I don't want to hear that. He's a point guard. That's his position.
Yeah, exactly. I said 2.
I got
too.
Curry 2. I got John Stockton 3. There's no way that you can't put the all-time leading assist and steals guy not in the top 5. He has two guard records that are never gonna be broken, and he played 2 finals.
Oh my God.
So I got him
When
near
you play
3.
22 years, it makes sense. You accrue, you activate numbers.
CP is
Go
at
ahead.
16.
Well, then
no
you
way
can't.
even
So
close.
then you can't use the longevity argument and counting numbers to put LeBron over Jordan. Then
Yeah, what?
continue.
What are you talking about?
So all right. So
No,
you.
no, no,
so
no.
wait.
It's two different
No,
things.
but no.
No,
What
it's two
what
different
he's saying is that if it's not two different.
It
things.
is two different
Is that a bit?
Because I'm talking about a guy that is successful in points, rebounds, and assists. 3 aspects of the NBA that you need. LeBron James is top 5 in all those categories.
No, but what
I'm not talking
no,
about
but-
points. I never
no,
brought
but-
up that.
no,
I
but
just
what
said
I'm
he's an
saying is-
overall
hold
better
on, hold on.
talent than LeBron James.
Hold on.
Michael Jordan.
Hold on, listen. What I'm saying is that if you look at the averages are very close, right?
So they're close, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Remember
the-
that.
So the averages are very close. Like, I think that what I'm trying to say is that you can't. If you want to say, well, Bron set all these records in these top 5 in counting stats in accumulation, not average, then you can't hate on Dot's point of John Stockton saying that.
No,
John Stockton
I
has.
can hate on
Yeah,
it.
but
'Cause
so my
talent
thing is
was-
this: how could you? And like, I get it. I've accepted he's never gonna appreciate or like John Stockton.
'Cause he's
But
white.
Never.
of those years
'Cause
that
he's
he,
white.
that's a fact. But of all these years of
Guys
him
got
putting
Rachel
in work,
Nichols me.
they were like competitive years of like he's in the mix. Like he's gonna win a championship. He's making All-Star teams. He's making All NBA teams.
First team.
So it's like how can you not count him as top 5 if he
Because he wasn't the driving force of the team. Karl Malone.
the
was
point
the-
guard's
He wasn't the driving force of the team.
So
he
then
wasn't
was
the,
Blake Griffin the driving force of the
or
of the,
CP
of the,
Is
of
CP
the
or
Clippers? Because he averaged more
Griffin.
points and rebounds.
Blake. No, CP3 is a better talent than
But-
Blake Griffin. John Stockton is not a better talent than Karl Malone. There's no
Are
way
you
you guys
sure
can sit there and tell me that.
In Blake Griffin's prime before the injuries, like he was like
there
he was up
no
there.
point in Blake
He was like
Griffin's
25 and
career
12.
that he
Yeah,
was a better
what?
talent than CP3.
So if you average
I
25
don't
and
believe
12,
that.
you're not better than CP3.
No,
I
So
just
what
think
makes
that-
him? What makes
No.
CP3 better? Like what exactly would make him better?
he's a better shooter, better
no,
floor.
don't tell
ge-
me like he's a better shooter. Blake Griffin doesn't shoot. So what
What do you mean?
makes
So
him-
we're gonna dismiss
CP's
that?
a better shooter than LeBron James.
Who is?
CP3 is a better shooter than LeBron James. He's
Yeah,
not better
but
than
does he
LeBron.
affect who affects the game more, LeBron James or CP3? Who
LeBron.
affects
You could
the
say the
more
same thing about-
All right, so who affects the game more, CP3 or Blake Griffin?
Blake Griffin?
Blake in his prime.
What the
CP
hell
is
is going on
CP
right now?
CP3.
What the hell?
I think CP3 has had a better.
There was
career.
never no time that you would say Blake Griffin is the top 1 or 2 at his position.
Yo, you
I don't
get a
think
victim.
so.
Of, the
I
thing
don't
is, you
think
get
so.
you
I
get
don't think that's
you
true.
become a prisoner.
Blake
I don't think that's
Griffin was
true,
a
yeah.
top
Yo,
2
you
and
become
a
a
power
prisoner of the
forward?
moment.
Yeah.
There was a point in time before CP went to Houston that
Yeah.
they were saying he was a cancer, he was done. Like,
Yeah,
oh man,
bro.
let me see if my
Yo,
receipts
that's
go that far.
that's
Let me see if my
personality.
receipts go
That's
that far.
personality, but it wasn't on his.
Nah,
Yo,
but
he
I'm
even
saying
went
is-
to,
hold
there
on.
was even what's the coach's name from North Carolina Central, the black dude Morton.
Yeah,
Lavelle
Tiny-
Morton.
Yeah,
He-
Lavelle Morton.
CP3 before this season started went to their practice and even said, "Yo, I know you guys and everybody else thinks I'm washed. Just wait."
Yeah,
so you
what-
just
what I'm-
being a
what I'm
prisoner
saying
of
is-
what
hold on,
happened.
hold on.
So
Listen,
CP
listen,
mess
here's my
around and
thing.
finish 8th seed next year. What you gonna say?
Yeah. Here's my thing,
CP3
here's my
was
thing.
considered the best point guard in the NBA for a 5 to 6 year span.
I say this.
When?
Nah,
When?
there was a
The
hold
last
on,
2
hold
years
on,
of
hold
the
on.
You used to say
Hornets,
Darren
everybody
Williams
There
was
was
better
a
than
yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, there was a
That's what I'm saying. He was like they was going back and forth.
yeah,
him
but
and
Blake.
Jerome Williams.
Yeah,
What
but
year
hold
was
on,
that?
listen, right? There was 2 years where Blake finished like top 5 MVP voting.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
There was-
to
yo,
this
Blake-
guy.
yeah, yes,
yes,
there
for
was.
sure. Look it up.
Listen, hold on, Zeem, hold on, just hold on. CP3. Oh. CP3 has had a better career than Blake. I think that from a leadership standpoint, he's better than Blake. But I say for like 2 to 4 years on that Clippers team, Blake was probably considered the best player on the
The
team.
most popular. I think you guys are getting confused with the dunk
popular.
contest
But,
and the Kia
but,
commercial.
If you average 25 and 12, you're clearly
Yeah,
the best
bro,
player
like,
in the
he
team.
did his thing, bro.
I never heard of that
all
before.
right, go ahead.
So
Continue on.
all right, so
you're gonna say John Stockton, who never won a ring.
CP
Who
ain't
never
won
won-
one yet. Yo, this is his first one.
The question was, if he wins this year,
The
where
hell?
does it put him at?
So let me
So
ask you
that
a question.
means
You
he
could just
won
win
and got a ring.
So if you just win a ring, so if Giannis wins a ring this year, he's the best player of all time.
No, he'll be top 20 of all time.
Just by winning one ring.
No.
By having
That's
two
all you gotta do
back-to-back
is
finals
win a ring.
MVP,
I'm sorry,
NBA
Listen,
finals.
Who's the biggest?
Are you
Giannis-
and a
Listen,
defensive?
hold on,
His
hold on.
resume
Wait a minute,
is
wait a minute,
impeccable.
You just gotta win a ring.
Wait a minute, wait a
Harden
minute.
will be the best
Wait a
shooting
minute.
guard of all time if he wins a ring next
Wait a
year.
minute. Wait a minute.
He
Hold on.
wouldn't be up there
Hold
top
on. Wait a minute.
five
Wait a
best
minute.
shooting
Wait
guard?
a minute.
James
Throw
Harden?
your fucking yo.
I'm not throwing my mic out.
hate this.
Listen, hold on.
Yo,
Who's the biggest Giannis fan in this room right now?
not you.
It's definitely me.
Not you.
I always cape up for Giannis.
Not
I love
you.
Giannis.
Go ahead,
All I'm saying
please,
is
not
that
you.
if maybe by accomplishment he might be in the top.
All right, so
20
maybe
mid-
by
But
accomplishment.
he.
All right, so boom. What has CP3 accomplished more than John Stockton?
Huh?
What has he accomplished more than
That's a
John
good.
Stockton?
That's a good point.
Tell me, what has he accomplished?
As of
more?
right now, nothing.
What?
As of right now, nothing. So
Okay, yeah.
So I say that
But
to
the
say this.
question was, what a championship.
Yeah.
But
All right, hold on.
besides
You
the
got me there.
championship, what would
You
he
got-
have done more than John Stockton? Tell me.
You got that. You got that.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
You got that. You got
so
that.
all right, so then let's turn that question around. Let's say Giannis gets it done. Where does that put him?
It puts
at
him in a
age-
category with only 6 other players to win multiple MVPs and a title and a Finals MVP
And defensive player of the year.
and Defensive Player of the
Yep.
Year.
And that's
so a
respectable.
select 6. You guys want to hear the names?
But do you feel like he's a top 6 player?
Wait.
In the league right now or of all time?
No, no. But
So-
it just. But I said top
so-
20.
so-
So
That
why
gets
would you put CP3 top 5 and you won't put Giannis top 5?
No, I'm putting him top
Is Giannis
5
a
in
power
position,
forward?
Point
Giannis
guard.
is a power
You talked
forward,
about
right?
point guard.
Giannis is
So
a power
you
forward, right?
will put Giannis top 5 power forwards all time if he wins a ring this year.
Yes.
So
It'll
who
be
would you
Tim
take out?
Duncan.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan. It'll
Karl
be
Malone.
Kyle Malone, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Greek Freak. Tell me somebody who's better.
Who's missing out that
Charles
list?
So
So a ring. That's why the conversation gets so
he
tough.
got all right. Despite
Hold
the
on,
ring,
I'm
he got
listening, I'm
more MVPs. He got 2 and a Defensive Player of the Year. Charles Barkley never got Defensive Player of the Year. Giannis already has 4 first-team All
This is
NBAs,
why, yo,
and
this-
that's
why
more than
Jada
Charles
Kiss is
Barkley.
This is why Jada Kiss is my favorite rapper of all time.
And irrelevant at the moment.
Politics.
It's not
All right.
Ain't
politics.
politics.
So
Is that-
I'll
am I-
say-
am I
no,
lying?
No, I get your
Jiggy?
point, but what
Oh my
I'm
God.
saying is like, all right, so let's say like me and I like to troll Dot about Melo, right? But when we have serious conversations about Melo, I can list all of what I can watch and see what Melo's done. Like I can say Melo has this move, he has that move in his bag. Remember that time? I actually gave credit when he's getting ready to come to the Lakers. I thought I was trying to you know what I'm saying, make that happen in my own little way. But I can put eyes on Melo and be like, yo, Melo hasn't accomplished as much as XYZ player, but he's better than XYZ.
And that's why my thing is
It's
you
what
can't
I'm
go
saying.
into that dangerous territory of saying a ring and so-and-so gets you here because let's say Giannis does win a ring this year and then he never wins one again. Do we just take it back now? So now you became top 5 by winning a ring and you never won again. So now you gotta move back a few steps.
So
now.
all of a sudden, if he doesn't win a ring again, we just take away all of his accomplishments.
No.
But
that he
why
did?
does that? So if the ring is the thing that puts him in that position,
Yup.
is that solidify him as top 5
solidified
forever?
until somebody else trumps him? Yes.
So you take wow.
Yes,
wow,
that's how it
wow,
works.
wow,
I'm sorry.
wow,
When we have these
wow.
conversations of the greats and the goats, it's all about rings. You get into the sport
So how
because of
can-
X, Y, and Z.
so let me ask you a
There's
question.
reason why Ewing, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton are not in the category of X, Y, and Z.
Why are they not? You're not in your any person,
Anybody's
any NBA
category.
player that speaks about point guards, they're always gonna put. Name me an NBA point guard that's never put John Stockton as top
Yeah,
5.
like, yo,
Name me an NBA player who has.
Gary,
Go
hold
watch
on,
on
right?
go watch
Listen,
on
I
YouTube
watched the-
NBA full
yeah.
court. They all put him top 5.
Yeah, they actually
And
did. That's a
if-
bad argument.
Chris Paul wins a ring. Why
No.
does he not have the
So what is
opportunity
he,
to jump him?
Because what has he done?
He
either
led
get-
a team
let me ask
being
you
a
question.
driving
So
force
he
in the
has
Finals
He has
MVP
no accolades.
to go
Chris
over
Paul
there.
has 0 accolades besides All NBA and maybe All Star team.
An
And
Olympian
Olympia
and
gold medal.
the same nonsense that
what
Melo
would-
got.
What
Yep.
would put him in the? But Melo's not a top. So why wouldn't Melo be a top 5 player?
Because he doesn't win a ring. He hasn't led a team
why
to
is
promised
CP
land.
so why is CP3
because
top
today, if
5
he
right
wins,
now?
I didn't say he
So where's
was.
he right now?
The question was,
so your logic, Melo is beating around the top 5, and if he gets a ring, he'll automatically slide into that top 5. That's your logic.
Do we not need accolades? Do we not need trophies? What are we playing this game for?
Hold on. Listen, right. The one thing that I'll say about this argument is that I get both sides, but so basically what Dot's trying to say is that the ring, winning the ring this year doesn't change the way he feels about.
And that's what you say when you support a player who doesn't have a freaking
So
ring.
GP should get a ring. So GP should be top 5 then.
Gary
If
Payton.
that's the case,
Because
he went to a final, guarded the best player of all time, lost the final,
Guarded?
and then won.
Yeah,
he guarded
Jordan.
MJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Heat ring. I was like, guard.
But he got a ring, don't he?
But all right, so here's my.
But we
here's
all
my,
weight rings differently, and you
So
know
you're
that's the
gonna
thing.
You're gonna take away everything Gary Payton did.
I'm not.
Previous
You brought
those
up that
two previous
example.
Rings,
Yep.
the one finals run
Where
being
they
the
lost
best
the-
player
yeah.
on the team,
Yep.
lost to MJ, but because CP doesn't have to face a LeBron, doesn't have to face a KD, he automatically.
I'll say this.
screenshotted
The
into-
one.
Not
the
as
one-
slightly.
all right. So the one
This is-
thing
this
that
is
I think
shameful.
CP3 has going for him that could put him in top 5 point guards is his longevity. I think that even though he's had injuries,
That's a backhanded compliment.
no, it's not. That's a.
But you're taking away
No,
from
I'm
the
not.
other greats. Like,
Yeah,
how can
but
you not put a?
Because
you
right
just-
now, all right. So if right now, without the ring, he's behind Stockton and he's behind Jason Kidd
And Gary Payton.
and Gary Payton.
So
I'll
he'll jump from
concede to that.
8. He'll jump from number 8 to 5.
4, 5.
That's
Yes,
nuts.
with a ring. How's that nuts?
He gonna
Because
jump
he has the
big?
other accolades to
What accolades does he have more than Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, and John Stockton? That will just
a
one
ring.
ring.
A
Jason Kidd
ring.
has a ring, and
Kid
Payton has a
one.
ring.
Kid has one.
Yeah, but they're weighted. Was he the driving force of that team?
I say this though.
Like you know, it's
But-
a
Yo,
hold
different
on.
ring.
But hold on, hold on.
J-Kidd took
Antoine
two-
Walker's
J-Kidd-
ring is not the
J-Kidd
same
took
as
two
Paul
New
Pierce's
Jersey Nets
ring.
team.
Yeah, J Kid did
Took 2 Nets
And
teams to the
lost.
finals.
but see,
lost.
To
see,
who?
all right, hold on,
It
hold
don't
on,
matter.
Hold on,
So you-
hold on. Time out.
It
Yo,
don't
DJ,
These like
matter.
video games, yo. It's really
But
like video
But
games.
DJ, you see
man.
what they do
It's
though?
video
Like,
games. Yo, DJ. Yo,
Yo.
if I beat the master one time in a video game, now I'm the man. Like, you gotta do it at least a couple more
Yo.
a
times.
couple more times.
America.
J-Kidd took the Nets to the finals 2 times,
If you can see
bro.
DJ
And
behind
did
the
what?
screen.
And lost to the best power forward of all time, arguably, and lost to the best duo of all time.
Hey, it's an L on your record.
man. Come
He wasn't
on,
the
man.
driving
So
force.
because so let me ask you a question. If everybody, let's say for instance in the 90s,
Yep.
everybody tore the ACL that was a stop. MJ tore his ACL. Magic Johnson tore his ACL.
Yep.
And Clyde
This is
Drexler happens to
a
win a
segment
ring.
of the
Yeah.
chat
Clyde
where I
Drexler
say,
wins a
everybody
ring.
close
He's
your
top
eyes
5
and
because he win
imagine.
a ring.
Look, close your
Come
eyes
on,
and
man.
imagine.
It
What's the
don't
scenario?
because it's
Everybody,
logic.
Josh, close your eyes.
No, hold on,
What
wait.
is the
Hold on,
scenario?
wait.
This is
I'm gonna say this,
crazy.
Zeem. I'm gonna say this. This is why I lean a little bit Dot's way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because 4 years, for all you guys who are not privy to our group chat, 4 years you discredited the first ring that Golden State won. And remember, me and you always had the hold on, listen. Me and you
Don't
always
tell
had
no
the
lies.
argument. Me and you always had the argument. I said I can't discredit a ring. I said because like my dad will sit there and say, well, Isaiah only got his first ring because Magic and Byron Scott tore their hamstrings in the finals, right? So you can go down the list and see all the times where injuries have played a role. So in you
But
like, oh wait,
The conversation you didn't have it with
no,
him.
but hold.
He just
can
said
I
this
hold
is
on.
so- All right,
Can
go ahead,
you
go ahead.
listen to me, right?
All right.
So your argument was so what Dot's saying is that CP3 winning this year, this particular ring, doesn't change how he views him in terms of the hierarchy from what he's seen.
Yo.
Listen. Listen. What you're saying is that because he won a ring, it changes how you view him. But in fairness, this ring, and we make jokes about it. COVID ring, Dot says. We joke about how it's like, we send the memes of how like the NBA trophy has the bandage around it. So CP3, if you really look at it, has caught a break in every single round. And I'm using what you like to say about how Golden State won their first ring. So first round, I think the Lakers was getting ready to get them out of here. AD tears his groin, right?
Groin, yep.
Second round, Denver don't have Jamal Murray the whole series and gets Will Barton back in game 3.
Yeah.
So they're missing their whole starting backcourt. Then in the Western Conference Finals,
No Kawhi.
No Ibaka. Who's the big on the Clippers? Zubac got hurt, right? And they barely held on to win that series. Granted, he missed a couple games that they won without him.
Right.
So they took care of business. Now I feel that Giannis is compromise until I see something different.
So I get it. I respect it. He's playing. You play whoever's there.
Right.
But not for nothing. The man that never been out of the second round until he joined James Harden. So he's only seen out of the second round twice. And all of a sudden, you're gonna put him over John Stockton.
See, but that's
Jason
not
Kidd,
wow.
Gary Payton.
Wow.
So what's the point of having an NBA career then if that's the standard?
You've
been losing every year.
Disgusted.
You even lost down 3-1. You even lost up 3-1. You lost
this
up
is the same
3-1.
CP3 that they said when he goes to a franchise, they increase their win by 44%.
It don't matter. He doesn't win nothing.
When
So
he
what
had
did J.K. do when
he
he
had a
went to the
wrist
Nets?
injury.
So what did
He had a
J.K.
wrist
so let's-
injury.
What did J.K. do when he went to the Nets?
He took him
He took him to lottery to two finals. And then what did he do in
lost.
Dallas? He won a ring in Dallas.
Not as the main, but he
But he
did.
was a
I'm not
starting
gonna. Yeah,
point
exactly. I'm not gonna discredit his ring. I'm just letting you know. Experts visually view off of handle, running a team, leadership. Well, I can't say leadership because he had the turmoil in Clippers and whatever the case may be.
And
as
Houston.
skill wise, so you're telling me toe for toe, you think J Kidd is a better player than CP3?
Yes, because J Kidd had the ability to take a team as the best player and break. If you look at that team, they had good pieces, but there were no superstars. It was Kenyon Martin, Richard. Their sixth man was Lucius Harris.
Yeah, I remember
and
that
Aaron Williams looked
So-
like Josh twin. Aaron Williams.
He really does.
A 6'8" big man.
And what is CP3 that just took a team that didn't make the playoffs
The
now
number
to
one
the finals?
seed, the number one pick. The number one pick. What was Devin Booker? A lottery
Booker-
pick.
A lottery
Booker's
13,
He's capable
yeah,
of scoring.
all-star.
He scored 71 points. So it's like
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
CP3,
I get
listen,
both
I am not
sides.
Kenyon
part of
Martin never
this.
in his life is going
I
to touch
just
this.
want to say
I
I'm
get
not
Gary
both
part
Kittles
of
is
this.
never going to score 70
I
points.
stand
Gary
firm.
Kittles is never going to
Magic,
score 70 points.
Curry, Isaiah, CP3,
I
you
respect
go number
that,
4.
but you have to. He's never been able to give us a valid reason of why CP
I'll say
goes
this.
over these guys.
I just
I got
gave you
CP3.
one. What,
I got CP3 as my number 5 point guard all time.
Who you
and then-
taking out?
I got Magic number 1, Curry number 2, Isaiah number 3, Big O number 4. I'm just going off what people say in like 1 or 2 games in the
Right,
NBA
I can't.
Classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
And-
go over what you
and
say.
then,
Not
so,
what nobody
all
says.
right, so then,
you
so
say.
then I have to put CP3
Why?
tied at 4 with Jason Kidd and Gary Payton. I don't feel that CP3 was demonstrably better than them.
Yo, listen, man, this has been a great episode, man. Regardless, I know we get heated and stuff, but you know, these
course.
are my guys.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
this is
It's
the
all-
group
it's-
chat.
It's all
This
love,
is the
you know what I
group
mean?
chat.
But it is what it is. I'm going to state my facts. They're going to state their facts, and I think that's why we have a great dynamic. Once again, I really appreciate everybody showing love, the support. I don't know about you guys. It's crazy when someone spits back to me what I said. I'm like, I don't even remember saying that, but it's a good point. So make sure you check us out on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. If I was you, I would listen podcast. And make sure you find us on YouTube as well and show love, man.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Chop it out with my guys.
You already know.
Every Thursday, you know, it's a good thing we're trying to do.
Listen and subscribe. Show us some love. We're going to be doing a lot of different things this summer, man.
Facts.
Having a lot of fun doing this.
Facts.
Man, couldn't think of anybody better to do it with. You know what I'm saying? This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy.
And be on the lookout for our listening sessions. That's when we take our show on the road. Obviously, we're going to be talking to artists, owners, promoters, different facets, business
Activists.
owners, activists,
Athletes.
business owners,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. And I think that's going to be very, very exciting when we
Because
take
I
this
can't
show
wait
on the
to
road.
ask why that club entry $80, $60.
In Rhode Island, that's crazy.
In Rhode Island. So we're going to be talking about
Paid
that
50
soon.
for
man.
Greenhouse.
But
Shout out to
appreciate it.
DJ, man.
Yeah,
Go
man.
DJ, man.
The
This is
plug,
the
man.
plug.
Go_DJ. Follow that,
Absolutely.
man.
Check out Culture Thursdays tonight. Lovera VIP.
Facts. You already see I buttered him up. I'm like, yo, I'm in there, DJ. Holla at me. I know DJ.
Free entry for the host. All right, man. We out.
Oh, yeah, man.